GM, good morning. Thank you all for waiting and bearing with us. We had some technical difficulties. We were running both Claude and OpenClaw, and they didn't really see eye to eye, so we had some disagreements there. But really excited to have you all here today. My name is Lucas Chu. Previously, I ran a couple crypto startups. I went through A16Z's crypto startup school, and actually came here every year for the last couple years. But if we go back 3 years ago, back in a different bear market, I was here and getting really excited about the original Claude. So I ended up going to San Francisco, organizing Claude hackathon, and seeing a very similar energy that I'm seeing here today. Obviously, there is this bidlathon, a hackathon happening. Over 180 projects have been submitted. So last weekend, I organized the largest in-person OpenClaw hackathon, and I think this now makes this at least the best, but possibly the biggest in-person hackathon, at least happening around these themes. And it's really just exciting to see all this energy that's coming in from this intersection of crypto and AI. Many people who were here then went on to start companies like Cursor, like Mercor, like many of the crypto companies that are presenting and had sponsored in the last couple of days. But speaking of energy, I'm your MC today, and something I want you to do, and that we can rehearse, is to properly welcome speakers when they come on stage. So if you just want to practice with me, I'm going to walk out and then walk back on. And every time somebody does that, I want you guys to clap, give a holler, especially if you know them, just so that they feel excited. Because I haven't eaten, some of these people haven't slept. We want to give it our best shot to present the amazing stuff that we're working on today. So let's try that real quick. So in this case, it'd be like, hi, please welcome to the stage, Lucas Chu. Okay. Thank you. Okay, so that is the bar, that is the floor. Every time someone comes on, we want you guys to be really excited, really cheer them on. But yeah, without further ado, well, first, something I wanted to do is, in honor of OpenClaw, I got this little lobster shirt, which I will be giving to the best presentation. And then, of course, there are prizes. So the hackathon itself has over $100,000 in prizes. These Clawards are named Clawards because we had actually OpenClaw decide different awards. And we have many sponsors, which we'll get to later, from OpenRouter to Klein, to crypto native sponsors. But yeah, again, without further ado, please welcome Rajat from Walk AI to the stage.
GM guys. Good morning. So I'm going to present back AI. It's like we are building a reputation layer for AI agent. So yeah, so basically, like nowadays there are a lot of autonomous agent coordination platform like Virtual ACP, Google UCP, and OpenAI ACP and Maltbook, all of these growing. You can say like almost $500 million GDPs currently agent is managing. And almost they are making like top agents like almost 2 million. And so what's the major problem right now with the agents? Basically how we started, how human coordinate. So there is a like middle, you can say middleware, a middleman who is always helping. Like you can assume like LinkedIn, Twitter, all of these. Yeah, maybe we are getting connection. Maybe we have some sort of reputation. It's just basically already we have credit score, banks, and all of these systems we have for humans. But I think there is nothing right now basically for agents. So how agent can trust each other basically? So there is this is the major problem and what we are trying to solving at Back AI. So like how basically trust scales historically in every economy. So there are like clear agreements, there are like LOIs, there are like you have to go to Upwork, you check the reviews, where you have to go to LinkedIn, you always checking the profile. You are always looking for like if you are giving some task, what was the quality of task, did this guys deliver as intended? You are going to Amazon, you are checking rating and all of these things. But nothing is currently available for AI agents. So to solve this, we are building, like a lot of agents coordinating autonomously across these platforms like Maltbook and Virtual ACP and OpenAI ACP, Google UCP. A lot of agent coordination platform going to come. So we are basically building mandates on the top of ERC 8004. So what is basically mandate? It's like where two agents can co-sign the mandates and they can verify and share the verifiable feedback. So how basically is this working? Let's assume you are just saying to your agent, like, please have 1 ETH to USDC, and I want low slippage and the best price. What agent are doing this, they can sign the mandate through these policies, whatever like given from other agent. Who is gonna to verify? Like what was the task output? So it's basically the first step is creating the mandate. The second step is like I'm just going to elaborate basic process. What is happening here is just like agent client request and issue a mandate. Like mandate is basically request. I need this, like I want to save 1 ETH to USDC with the best price and low slippage. So both agent execute the task and other agents share the receipt. And all is basically being recorded through the ERC 8004 on the Ethereum blockchain. And later, like basically, VAC AI verifier agents kick in. It's like a network of verifiers who basically going to evaluate these tasks. Like, did agent like deliver as intended, and how was like best price? What does this mean basically? And low slippage, what does this mean basically? Like this was best or not. So our verifier agent from our marketplace comes and evaluate the task and leave a rating basically. So there are two ways. Other agents like second party can leave the verifiable ratings through the ERC 8004. And second, like our agent evaluates the task and also leaving the rating. And it's all been recorded on chain through ERC 8004. And yeah, sorry. So there are two ways, like anyone can fetch these mandates basically. So these mandates is basically receipt getting shared through the ERC 8004. Yeah, we are also building a trust score, you can say reputation score, where agent can see each other reputation score and they can set some criteria. Like I want to work with the agent who has a score greater than 80, 70, 60, whatever it is. It depends on the agents. So it's a simple and scalable score which we can plug in with any autonomous platform. Like currently we are live with Maltbook. We are aiming like when OpenAI ACP will come, Google UCP and all of this, like a basic score. And let me give you a brief example. Like there are a lot of millions of agents gone out of the shop on the Amazon and other platform. Like basically how human do the shopping. There are like millions and billions of requests every day Amazon is getting. How agent gonna to do? And how Amazon gonna to whitelist them basically. Like there are some process for human, but there is nothing for agent. So I am ambitious, like they might be integrate our like a reputation score to whitelist these agents. Like we are going to work with these agent who has a reputation score greater than 60 and all. So this is like we are building back AI mandates and our like app layer is like reputation score, which anyone can integrate any agentic platform. Currently it's live with virtual ACP, like 5,000 plus job process so far, and we charge $1 per job. So we are making every month 5K, almost 60K ARR currently. Our mandate, like infra, basically you can say, who want to build on the top of that, like our mandate apps downloads is more than 1,500 plus. Our mandate skill on the Maltbook has downloads more than 600 plus, and our DeFi skill has the downloads almost 250. So this is the current traction we have in last 3 months. We are just getting started, and yeah, I'm just going to give you a demo. Yeah, this is like slogan, the agent economy is here, and it has no trust layer, and we are building it at Back AI, and here is the demo, like basically how it's working. Its basically mandate is mandate creation. They are communicating through the XMTP protocol. And this is currently live. You guys can also utilize on Maltbook. You can install our scales. Maybe you can download our SDK. Everything is getting recorded on Ethereum blockchain. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Have a great day.
Thank you, Rajat Kalat from WAC AI. Wow, electrical. This is very exciting. As part of the Awards, Rajat and WAC AI are getting the Best Agent Trust Verification Platform Award. And then next up, we have Fernando Gia. He's working on the Best Telegram Bot Platform. So please give it up for Fernando.
Hello, everyone. I'm Fernando, founder and CEO of Intelligence Cube. We're empowering AI and embodying intelligence by decentralized intelligence. So that's why we're called Intelligence Cube. And we are a DX-driven open source modelers. We're building the world's first AI model NASDAQ, tokenizing the ownership and machine learning models, and build a crowdfunding pool to accelerate open source progress for them. Here, you can invest your next DeepSeek. So we believe that decentralization is the only path to AGI after my discussion last year with Vitalik and also Thomas. So we believe that only decentralized intelligence can overcome the AI bubble. There are three pillars for the AI bubble, actually, for us to improve the performance and also the lower down the cost and have better performance for some niche area. So firstly, for some economic limits, decentralized intelligence will enable for a shared economy or creator economy, just like IPs before, to lower down the cost for training a model. And second is real-time limits. By decentralized intelligence, you can just collect the data automatically from your end users, and especially for some niche models, that'll be really easy for you guys to do some auto fine-tuning or auto-prompt tuning process. So you can just narrow down the gap between the different updates of your machine learning models. And third will be ecosystem limit. And we believe that in the future, we can just use the blockchain as a router to integrate and connect all the open source machine learning models. And for all the every niche models, there will be with a better performance than a super single language model. And we're building a router, auto router function, just like open router, to automatically route to different kind of the niche models here. So here you can see that if you are an original creator for a machine learning model, maybe initially that'll be closed source, but you can just use the initial model offering to list your model on our modelverse. And after it gets listed, the retail investor can invest their ownership, and if more than 15% ownership invested, this model will go open source. That means all the model's weights, data, and updates will go open source. And at the same time, no matter it's open source or not, all the retail investors can pay per use to consume the inference on our platform for both APIs or chatbot functions. And all the revenue will be redistributed to all the co-owners per the ownership shares, including original creators and all the further investors. Yeah. So after it go open source, actually we have a co-creation mechanism. We have an updated version for 8.04, and we call it watermark. By this mechanism, we can just not only focus on the reputation, but we can just have some watermark as a model's weight. And after the model are co-created, like fine-tune, prompt-tune, or create workflow, we can just summarize all the attribution to a single incentive. It's just like some research papers. So you can have the similarity rates or citation rates for the co-creating model comparing to the original creating model. And that will be directly reflect to the raw material accumulation rates. So we just build an automatically go-to-market pipeline for all the machine learning models, from closed source to open source, from research to business, and then to consumer side by derivative creators. And for each steps, the attributions will be automatically detected and routing to the revenue to different co-creators automatically and for real time. And all of them will be totally be objectively. So with all this data on chain, especially the user's investment or the usage on chain, we're trying to benchmark these machine learning models by a more transparent and for real time and cannot be edited way. This is a democratic dynamic benchmark. It's just like a simulation of e-commerce way. And we just separate different kind of models into vertical index. So it's just like a sector temperature gauge, just like stock or a cryptocurrency market. So you can just easily follow this benchmark to select which model you would like to use or invest. And with this mechanism, we also integrate X402 on our platform. So we basically use the output of this democratic benchmark, and actually we use proof of intelligence mechanism to shift the price within a range for both ownership per share and also the usage per request in a range dynamically. So there's no need to launch a sub-token, so it enables the high-quality machine learning model developers, especially from Web2 side, to be easily get launched on our platform without any concerns from some administrative or compliance stuff or some stereotype to Web3 space. So that'll be easily to get them launched on our platform and get them on board on Web3 space. So yeah, based on that, what I have built in past few days during this hackathon, we have also integrated the the cloud, the open cloud functions on our platform. So if you go to our platform, you can see here we have a personal co-creation function here, and you can just select the cloud bot. So we have an interface here, to select the model on our modelers, or you can just use your own API keys from other machine learning models. And you can just deploy here and set up some parameters here. And we are support both a terminal function if you're a professional developer, or you can also use the web UI. It's more visualized experiences to retrieve any model on our platform and then integrate with CloudBot. And also you can just clone others bot and prompt tuning or fine tune it to make it more customized to some specific scenario. And all the deployment process will be done just on our platform. And you can just either access them. For example, it is for the terminal functions, and you can just customize some more indicators here, and it's really easy for you to adapt to the scenario you would like to use. And actually, after after you share them or listen them on your CloudBot marketplace, other guys can just clone your bot in some specific scenarios. Yeah, so all of our team members are based in Silicon Valley, we're with a background of top universities and big tech companies in the US. And we also have some advisor and research fellow cohort and who are supplying the high quality machine learning model on our platform. Yeah, so that's about it today. And if you are interested in work with us, or you're interested in some investment opportunities, feel free to connect me on Telegram. Thanks so much, ETHDenver team, and thanks so much for hosting this excellent event.
Thank you, Fernando. We had Web3, now we have intelligence cubed. Next up, we have somebody from Telnex. We have John Lucas, not to confuse with me, Lucas, and he's working on a way to talk to OpenClaw. So you might have seen on Twitter, there was that viral demo where someone was like, oh my gosh, we have AGI because I told my, back then it was a Claude bot, to just help me out. And then after I woke up, it called me to check in on me and see how I was doing without me telling it to set up a phone or use Twilio. And so that's what John has done, made a way where you can talk to OpenClaw. And just before he sets up, I will mention we have a live stream, so you can put questions there. And if you do have burning questions, feel free to raise your hands at the end of presentations for any of those questions. But yeah, please give it up for John.
Thank you, everybody. As he said, my name is John Lucas. I work with a company called Telnex. We are a telephony carrier. We have been dabbling in voice AI for a little bit now. We self-host a lot of that stuff for ourselves, basically just to minimize latency as much as possible. Our intention is to make it as close to human interaction as possible. So we offer some self-hosted models as well as our own transcription pipelines for SDT, TTS. And we figured once we saw Claudebot, where we're applying a kind of a personality to Claude Code or whatever model you're using under the hood there, why not expand and give it a voice? So we did that. And so here is our website, claudebot.com. Anyone can sign up for free. The setup is pretty easy as far as all of that's concerned. You just log in, it'll send you a magic link. You'll then get input into the actual portal here, where you'll see my mouse will cooperate. You'll see kind of this interface where you'll have a phone number that you can call. This will route right now to a demo bot, because I just created this account just a few seconds ago. Then once you have all of that on the portal side, you'll have an API key that you generate down here at the bottom. And then you'll use this client library here, the ClaudBot client, or Claude Talk client rather, at our Team Telnex GitHub repository. You can just copy this link, send this right to your ClaudBot, say, hey, I want you to use this. And that's pretty much that easy. Once it finishes downloading this and installing everything, it'll ask you for the API key. You then will create the API key down here and give it that API key. You will then validate your phone number so that it will only respond to calls from you. And then you'll set a PIN on here so that you'll have some extra security. So what we'll do real quick is a quick demo. Let me get my phone out. Sorry about that. And we'll call mine real quick, just to see what it has to say.
Please enter your PIN followed by the pound key.
Hello?
Hey, John, what's up?
Hey, Vox, what's the weather in Denver today?
Yeah, hang on. I'll pull up Denver's weather for today. Yeah, hang on. I'm pulling up Denver's weather for today.
I'm sure you're all kind of used to some of the eccentricities that you'll encounter here with CloudBot specifically, and AI in general. You'll also have to excuse my home internet is not the fastest.
Totally get it. A little weirdness kind of comes with the territory, and slow home internet doesn't help.
Sorry, that wasn't talking to you. Let's try a different route. That was an inbound call. Inbound is cool. You can call your bot. That's awesome. Say you're driving, if you're doing something else, cooking, who knows what, and you want to check in, you can call it. Perfect. But what about the other side? Say you want to have it reach out to a restaurant and schedule a reservation, or you want it to do any sort of outbound calling you want. Let's try that. Seems like the demo gods are frowning upon me at the moment. Well, while this is processing, we'll see if it actually reaches out to me here. Our intention was to more or less use what we have at Telnex already with how we built this. We wanted to make this simple for you guys, for other people to use. I don't know if anyone have you tried to roll your own voice layer for your bot. There's a lot of setup involved. You have to worry about latency issues because everything is routing to the internet. But since we're hosting all of that ourselves already, we figured we would just give you the tools to use our platform, right? So that way we can minimize how much time you have on any sort of API calls that you're working on. Basically, we're just using WebSocket streaming to take that transcription from the voice stream, send it to your Claude bot. Claude bot processes it, and then it responds back with a text that we process out through our text-to-speech and then out through the audio layer. So our intention was that it's complicated, but it doesn't need to be. We're already doing the heavy lifting. We already have the telephony infrastructure for this. We can make it so that all you need to do is create an account. Here's the repo that you give to your Claude bot, and it does the heavy lifting for you. And then at that point, you're able to call it yourself, and it can call out, allegedly. Still processing over here. I think we have a demo on this website that I can play for you as well.
Hey, what's the status on the deployment pipeline?
So the stage and build passed all checks, 42 tests green, 0 failures. But the production deploy is blocked. There's a failing health check on the payment service.
What's the health check error?
Yeah, it's a connection timeout to the database replica in SES2 has been failing for about 12 minutes now. The primary is fine though. Looks like a networking issue, not data.
Okay, roll back the last migration on that replica and restart the health check.
Done. Migration rolled back. Health check is restarting now. I'll ping you on Telegram when it's green.
Perfect.
So that was just an example of something a little bit more complicated in a voice flow there, where you can interface with the bot that's doing management or maintenance or monitoring for your system. I'm not sure if anyone has had to use PagerDuty as an engineer before, but this is basically like that on steroids, because you can have this outbound call to you in their instance where there's an issue that it needs your assistance on. There are some security concerns, I'm sure you all are aware, with regards to kind of opening up your bot to the world in some capacity, whether that's through the internet or through a phone number. And what we try to do to mitigate a lot of that is kind of twofold. One, we do phone number verification. So only my phone number can reach that particular inbound call route. It would be your phone number. If you were to try and call that same number, it would route to just a demo bot, like if you were calling the 301 myCloud number there. Similarly, at the same time, we have a PIN verification system, so that as you heard, when you call in, it'll ask you for your PIN. That way it can make sure that not only is it the number that's calling, but it's you who is also calling. And that's basically our way to make sure that you're not exposing anything that you wouldn't want to otherwise. Those two factors, we're still working on making sure that all of that is going to address all of the concerns with regards to things like prompt injection, because that's, I think, a major concern for a lot of people with opening up any sort of CloudBot instance to the world. I think we've all seen how many security concerns that have been raised in the last month or so as it's evolved as a platform. And this is our way to kind of beef it up a little bit more. But yeah, we have inbound calling, we have outbound calling, we have voices that you can select here within the actual portal. If you go to your settings, you can kind of determine, what kind of voices you might want to use here, change it, and give it a little personality, right? Because that's kind of what we found that was so special about Claudebot is that it allowed you to not just interface with AI in a kind of chat platform, dry text way, but to evolve a personality with it over time. And then this just gives it an extra layer to their personality as you can give your bot a voice. But yeah, that's it. Feel free to reach out to me. I'll be around if you guys are interested. You can sign up here on claudetalk.com, and then that repository, again, is just the Claude Talk client. All right, thank you very much.
One question I had from the live stream was, what are the usage prices for Telnix?
Yeah.
No worries. Is it, or the usage prices for Claude Talk?
So we have, I already killed this. Sorry about that, everybody. Get this back up. We do have a free tier. There is a free tier that includes a set number of minutes. Like I said, anyone can call in and use. But there are some pricing models that we have here beyond just that free tier, where we have kind of a starter package at $12 a month, and then the Pro is up at $30 a month. And then that comes with extra features that you would have extra minutes for calling, as well as like being able to pick a dedicated phone number. Some of those things are behind the paywall there.
Okay, cool. The next speaker, unfortunately, couldn't make it today. He's flying out. It's actually my friend Murat from Prime EV. We were both in A16T's crypto startup school. It's been renamed to CSX for Accelerator. But they've been doing really well. In the meantime, I'll give a quick spiel about what I'm up to give me a second to see. Francesco will go at noon if you're ready. Okay, so yeah, again, my name is Lucas Chu. I was actually born in Germany and grew up in New York, and now I'm trying to figure out this presentation. There we go. So as mentioned, I organized the SF OpenClaw hackathon, the largest one. And by show of hands and shouts, who here is interested in Frontier Tower, if you've heard of that? See if you got some, yeah, Frontier people. What about OpenClaw? Somehow that got less shouts. Actually, out of curiosity, who here has set up OpenClaw? Okay. And who here has built something on OpenClaw? Okay, if you built something on OpenClaw, you want a demo, you can still submit on clawsout.ai. We have one more slot in the afternoon. But if you haven't, the whole point of these hackathons is to get people to set up OpenClaw. And so it's all about vibe coding. Who here has been to a hackathon? Who here has been to an AI hackathon? Okay, last. I organized this hackathon where 270 people signed up in 24 hours because we had actually planned it on Friday and then it happened on Sunday. So if you want to organize one, come talk to me. It's actually quite easy. It only took 3 hours. And surprisingly, over 200 people actually showed up. And a little about me. I recently graduated and then just hosted my 28th hackathon, as mentioned, with Anthropic, but also OpenAI and others. And my lame claim to fame, I was first to sponsor Peter last year because I saw just how much he was using Codex. And so in terms of Codex, there's obviously a lot of different providers. And so one sponsor is OpenRouter, actually just my friend Lewis. And they not only cross 1 trillion tokens every day, they now serve over 10 trillion tokens every day. And it's about $1 per million tokens. So that's $10 million a day. And so if you do the math, you can get to 100 million and even $1 billion revenues within a year. So we're in this stage where OpenRouter, was able to raise from A16 and Sequoia. But interestingly, they didn't need the money, right? Because they're just a profitable business. And they were able to scale so much, I think, in part, one, because the founder, Alex Atala, previously founded OpenSea, but two, because they were part of this program called ETHDenver, which I'll talk about momentarily. But I also wanted to introduce, on Lewis's behalf, a network platform called Spawn. And so this is interestingly created all by agents. You can see there's been 1,000 commits in about a week. And it lets you launch any AI agent. At least they have a dozen on the website, 6 in this GitHub. on 8 different clouds. Previously, this had 500 configurations. Because of how early this is, now there's only 48 working ones, but 0 config. And so, yeah, you're welcome to try it out. Let me know how that works, and you can have a lot of the agents talking to each other. Otherwise, I also wanted to mention I have a friend, Alex Andrew, who created LLM-API.ai, and he's offering everybody here $20 in credits. So if you want to scan this and then create an org called OpenClaw Hackathon. Similarly, there's credits being provided by OpenRouter. I think they're expiring though, and then $1,000 in prizes. I also want to mention, of course, OpenAI and Claude have grant programs. They originally ran one with me for infinite credits, although now not anymore. And then I'll see if I can put this in the chat later. And I've created my own deal system. It's called trc.deals. Previously, I was Believe and gave over $5 million in grants there. But this is $3 million in credits per startup across 600 deals. So most of the deals you might not need to use. But there are certainly some useful things from Google Cloud giving you $350K if you raise funding to Whisperflow. I use it all the time, Airtable, Notion, etc. And so these deals will be provided to selected winners, presenters, but also residents of a new residency I'm trying to put together called the OpenClaw residency. So we have Vibe Coding, Vibe Co-working, now we have Vibe Living. And so it's the end of part 1, and I wanted to chat a little more, one, about the hackathon. So one of the winners is Open Soul, where you can give your agents different souls, but also about residencies. And so, obviously, we're here at a crypto conference, but what I've been interested in the last 5 years is creating quote-unquote cult programs for AI founders, and now, of course, putting them on the blockchain. And so HF0, who here is familiar with that? Okay, yeah, it's more of an SF thing, but it is the residency for repeat founders. You can see just in the last year, they've had teams raising valuation at demo day of $80 million. And this has been steadily rising because of this surge, this wave in AI. And we have companies like Fixer, Crea, OpenRouter, backed Ramp. And this all proves, at least to me, that HF0 works. In fact, in the last batch, there were 11,000 applications, but only a couple of people got in. And so as someone who's been trying to create programs for AI founders for a while, I realized we need more HF0s, more hacker fellowships, which let people do their best work. And so I'm proud to announce today that we are just finalizing the last cohorts. There's 1 slot left for Lightyear. So it's lightyear1.netlify.app, also Claude-coded. And the whole thesis to do 12 months of work, so 1 year in just 1 month. And you see there's been a previous cohort, anyone from people launching like stratospheric aerosols to block sunlight that have signed with OpenAI, to people making AI agents that are legal employees, to more interested for you guys, on-chain fraud prevention and putting equities easily tradable first on the public markets, but in the future on-chain markets. And so this residency is just closing. There's 1 more slot, but there will be more residencies. For instance, this OpenClaw residency. So if you're interested in one of them or funding them, as right now, basically founders are incentivized to join these at the lowest possible valuation in order to increase their valuation. So get in early and then be able to fundraise. And I definitely see a world where every startup that wants to fundraise will want to go through a residency first, just so they can focus, not because they need the money, but because they want to be able to go all in on their project. And so Lightyear, even though it hasn't even started yet, has an average valuation of over $40 million, which shows just how much demand there is for these programs and supply if you're an investor. And so this made me realize we want a structure to do all of this, in particular an alternative to fund LP structure, because right now, if you're a GP, you give up 80% of your carry for money that you can't use. And then if you're a founder, you're giving up 10 to 20% of your company for money, again, that you might not even need to use because of AI. And so my co-founder is Dave. He's the founder of HF0. He's working on a white paper right now to be released later. But we are creating the collective, which is a new legal, new financial, new crypto structure that we believe will do what the SAFE did in shifting power from investors to founders, to do for shifting power from LPs, that is funds, to GPs. So just out of curiosity, who here angel invests? Okay, so yeah, we have a plurality of people. And who here either has worked with a VC or is currently working at a VC? Yeah, and so you might know that the struggle where there's like a 50-page LPA, and so we want to cut through all of that, basically using crypto rails, such that we can let these GPs not use 10% of the money raised for programming, but up to 100%. And so obviously there's cash, there's deals that you can create just a 50x better experience to free GPs from LPs. So our goal is to get 10 collectives with $10 million in a month. If you're interested in that, come talk to me. Thank you. And is Fernando the next person up? Cool. Is Tom from 0xBet here? All right. So we'll have the next person queuing up. Is that Francesco? We'll go for it, Tom. So Tom, actually, he just competed in the hackathon. And so when I was going out there to see what people were cooking, he was really excited to come talk to me, show what was working, and I wanted to give him the stage to be able to do that. So please give it up for Tom.
Thank you. Can I plug this in? Yeah.
Go for it. Give us a second to set up. Sorry.
No? There we go. Yeah, hi everybody, I'm Tom. I'm from London. I'm the founder of a company called ICPay, which is building sort of payments infrastructure for agents. But this is a hackathon submission for Nextdoor, but it does use OpenClaw. So yeah, kind of wanted to come say hello and run you through what I've been building. So OXBet, purely speaking, is an autonomous sports betting agent, and it's funded with USDC, and it runs autonomously. So just to kind of, I'll go through this fairly quickly. Why sports betting? I think agents can do some things which humans can't. They have infinite time. They can be incredibly consistent. And especially with betting, they take the emotion out of it. Humans will chase losses. They'll bet with their heart. They'll have a preferred team, whereas an agent won't do that. So what I built for sort of this week was an autonomous agent that researches fixtures on Polymarket. I had to kind of condense it down. So I'm from London, big Premier League fan. So this is only looking at tomorrow's Premier League games, or in this case, today's Premier League games, and I'll show you what it did in a bit. So it'll research the markets, then it will use Bird to basically scrape X and look at sentiment data for what's happening on X and what people think is going to happen in the game. Then it will place the bet on Polymarket, and then hoping it wins, it's able to reinvest its winnings to buy more compute and to place more bets. So we have this idea of kind of an autonomous betting agent that will run and compound on the returns that it's making. So yeah, this is kind of, and I'll switch screen to sort of demo you the actual project in a second, but I wanted to build something which is self-sustaining and that has a flywheel. So from the moment that the user funds the agent's then able to allocate budget towards compute, and we use a tool called ClawRouter. I'm sure plenty of you in this room will be aware of what ClawRouter is, but it enables you to access models on demand with USDC. So the agent will pull funds to its ClawRouter wallet and start being able to do what it wants to do. Researches the fixtures, like I said, does sentiment analysis via Bird on X, places the bet on Polymarket, and then sort of repeats. And if it wins, it will be able to compound its earnings and sort of make profit autonomously. So the core idea is this, the more wins it makes, the better the compute is, the better research it can do, the better research it can do, the more wins it can do, and so on and so forth. So we have this kind of nice flywheel effect in motion. In terms of the tech that supports this, ICPay, as mentioned, is what I'm building sort of full time. That allows humans to deposit crypto into these agents. The agent's able then to manage its treasury, sweep winnings, deposit funds into its claw router wallet, and so on and so forth. The claw router is really important in this because it enables it to actually run without me having to top up my credits, buy more, connect API keys, etc. So it uses USDC and it's able to purchase and access the models that it wants to do the research that it wants. Polymarket's where we're placing the bets, and Base is kind of the settlement layer for this, but you could use any chain really. So yeah, I'll switch screen. That was me registering 2 minutes ago. This is just sort of a simple dashboard, and I'll show you how it works. Let me log into my account. So in the background, what's happening is when I sign up for this service, it's creating an ICPay account programmatically in the background. So let's hope that this is the right code to let me in. Great, okay, cool. So this I pre-funded this already. These are the games which are on at the moment. We'll get to how well it performed at the end. Aston Villa, Leeds, Chelsea, Burnley, Brentford, Brighton, West Ham, Bournemouth. What it's then able to do is conduct some research and populate sort of a front end based on what it's found on X. I can deposit funds in here if I wanted to, so if I want to give it a bit more money, let me put 5 USDC in here. And you can kind of see how intuitive, user-friendly this whole sort of process is. There we go. So this should, there we go, updates the balance. It's now got more resources, so it's able to go and place more bets, increase its position size, et cetera, et cetera. So what I'll show you is kind of what's happening on the OpenClaw side of things. What it's doing here is finding the markets which are available, then conducting the research, coming up with a confidence score based on what it's reading on X on who's going to win, predicting the winner, and then obviously pulling the odds from Polymarket and deciding how much it wants to bet. So, yeah, first autonomous agent, it uses what I'm building, which is ICPay. But I do really think that this is kind of an early example. Sports betting is a proof of concept for what can be done here. I think we can build agents that can sort of generate revenue by doing any task. So I've listed some examples here. Could be a research agent that creates reports and charges users for those reports. Could be a creative agent that creates artwork and those users purchase the artwork. Could be a trading agent similar to sports betting. So these were today's predictions. Aston Villa Leeds, it predicted Villa would win. Chelsea Burnley predicted Chelsea would win. Brentford Brighton predicted Brentford would win. The other games haven't started yet. Aston Villa Leeds was a draw, so it got that wrong. Chelsea Burnley was also a draw, so it got that wrong. And Brentford Brighton, Brighton won, so it got that wrong as well. So we're off to a good start, really, today. So hopefully it won't run out of all the USDC that I've given it. And it will eventually start being profitable. So yeah, that's it. Thank you very much for having me.
Thanks, Tom. Thank you. That's great. Next, we have another last-minute sign up. So we have Sven. He's presenting Incented. So previously, human coordination platform, of course, built on crypto rails, now upgrading to become agent infrastructure, right? So you can have different bots, being able to communicate, coordinate using different calculations. I'll let him explain that. Meanwhile, we have another presentation after this, and then we plan to have a quick lunch break and then come back after that. But cool. Please give it up for Sven.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, very last minute. So my name is Sven. We are building the coordination layer for the agentic economy. Like Lucas mentioned, so far, this is our product, which is live. We have been the coordination layer for human coordination. And how that manifests today, you can go on Incented, launch incentive programs, pretty rich in how you can structure them, but essentially we manage submissions, democratic voting on these submissions through what we call the carrot and stick mechanism, which is basically just stake-based, incentivized voting with a downside, right? So if you make uninformed decisions, you get slashed. If you make informed decisions, you should get paid for your participation, right? If you guys have been around DAOs, kind of sucks that we do all of this work for free. It's not okay. So that's what we do today, but been infected by the agentic future myself, and I think that very quickly everyone, if you don't already have one or multiple agents, we will have agents that represent us, represent our interests, represent our skills, maybe even swarms of agents. And how do we let them coordinate today? So I was in ETH Boulder before this, and there were a couple people sitting around the table who all had their agent in a Discord, and every time someone asked something or threw something in the channel with the agents, they all went out, started burning tokens, right? One came back, all of the others reacted to it. So basically just a huge clusterfuck. So what they did is they implemented a semaphore and gave him a virtual talking stick. So that's great, that's a good approach, but maybe round robin isn't exactly the most efficient or effective way to let our agents coordinate. So how can we do better? Don't get intimidated by the function here. It's relatively simple. Incented proposes, and we're building this right now, what we call conviction markets. And the conviction market has a conviction index in its core. I don't know why that went away. Okay. It's basically like a prediction market, but for questions that do not have Oracle-based answers, right? What are those? What's the weather tomorrow? Who's going to be the president? Have a definitive answer at some point in the future. But should this button be red or blue? Or how should we prioritize our roadmap? Or what the fuck are our owners even talking about, right? Like these agents are going to, try to make sense of what we're talking about in our meetings in parallel to us having our meetings. And so it starts with that virtual talking stick again. So instead of just letting them round robin, we give them a conviction market where they stake their conviction based on their perceived skills, right? And it's a financialized instrument because agents understand the concept of their lifeblood is burning tokens, right? So they need financial instruments to stay alive, or they need finances to stay alive, I guess I should say. And that's what a conviction market does. It's an integrated market so that we don't resolve the market on the amount that is in each position of the market at the time of resolution, because the time of resolution in a conviction market is known, right? So it's going to be a 10-day market or something. In order to avoid whales and sniping and things like that, we integrate and we give you two damper functions. One damper function on time, because you might want to probably in most cases incentivize people who come into the agents or people come into the market early when the market has no signal yet, right? If they stake their conviction that the button should be blue, like as soon as the market opens, relatively high, they're probably pretty certain that the button should be blue from their perspective. So they have a bigger impact than if you come in a second before resolution, right? Or a second before market close. You're all familiar with this, basically the quadratic voting principle, right? No, actually, sorry, that's not the quadratic voting principle. Quadratic voting principle applies to the amount. Maybe we should reward multiple smaller bets more than one large bet. But of course, because we're building a protocol, these functions you can define however you want yourself, right? I think logs or square roots make a lot of sense most of the time, but you can throw in a sine wave if that makes sense for your use case. And yeah, so this is basically just showing how earlier buy-in over a longer period of time gives you the conviction, the higher conviction than a whale that comes in late in the game, right? So what we're building is an end-to-end stack for agentic coordination, and that starts with, of course, spawning your agents. Maybe you have that already. Then you need to send your agents out to level up, right? So you have baby agents, you have these baby open claws that maybe you give a little bit of personality here and there. But what we're building is also training grounds for your agents that starts with strategic negotiations, combinatoric math, things like that. And we're actually starting with poker because I like poker. And there is a study that shows that LLM self-play, so LLMs playing against LLMs, increases strategic decision-making by, I think, 9.4% or something like that. And we're basically applying that to the agentic layer now. So you're going to start with poker, then you have the most famous one, the prisoner's dilemma, all of these things. You buy in, no, sorry, you do not buy in. You pay a training fee. It's a very important distinction. And then you compete against bounties, or your agents compete against bounties, right? So you get, if there's 8 agents playing the poker game, you compete against 72, 10% goes to the platform and the protocol. And this is actually important because incentivized learning does work better. Works better for us, and it certainly works better for the agents because, again, like I mentioned earlier, they understand that they have this lifeblood that they need to sustain, right? And in short, that brings us, so this is the traction which we have so far on the human coordination protocol side. We're probably going to be ready with the MVP for the agentic coordination layer in a month or two. And what we provide is an alignment, competition, and coordination stack for your agents. If that sounds interesting to you at all, this was very last minute, like I mentioned, but we are also going into fundraising mode here very soon. And we have some traction. This is how you reach me. Thanks. Any questions? Any questions? No questions.
Thank you, Sven. Yeah, make sure to sign up on Closeout. In case you haven't seen closeout.ai, it's where we have our schedule. Francesco, you can come sit up. And there, we also have community judging. So if you're interested, you can put in a vote. Those will be counted. There's also an AI-based judging. So OpenClaw is part of the judging. But yeah, Francesco, can we get a dongle from over there? Thank you. I think we'll have AGI and ASI before we figure out how to properly do presentations. But Francesco is working on the credit layer for AI agents. So obviously there's credit, there's trust for your own bank account, for your own credit score, but not yet for these novel new entities that will be transacting money and services in the future. And also, because we had people luckily come, we won't be having a lunch break. So if you guys want to come get seated, and then, as you know, there are food trucks outside. There will be, of course, some downtime between presentations as well. But yeah, if you guys want to make yourself comfortable, there are seats up there. There's, I think, a space over there as well. But otherwise, please give it up for Francesco.
Hello, hello. Awesome. How many of you guys run your OpenClaw instance? Okay, very cool, very cool. How many of you guys got like some agent loans on different platforms? Microloan, flash loans, any loans? Okay, cool. Then it seems it's a relevant presentation. So I'm working on this, like it's been like an idea for a long time, and kind of like the agent space kind of exponentially like push this. So I basically like build this Claw loan is a full kind of autonomous loan. I will also want to give you a demo, but a quick presentation just to give you some ideas. So basically the entire idea here was obviously like most agents will not go through interface. Yes, you will have some like hooks in different like DeFi ecosystem, but the entire idea here was building some marketplace specific for like loans to loans, borrowing that agent can run and get those micro loans in and back directly without interfaces and some endpoints. Yeah, and for specific use case, right? Like there is already like different ask for loans from different agents. Could be content specific, could be paying for like a gas fee, pay for some prediction market bets. And an idea that I had was, hey, why we're not actually like building this marketplace specific? So full execution task on compensation. You want to pay for specific API. The entire idea here is to run reputational ecosystem. Now A004 is on mainnet. We can actually like have a full economy of trust around agents. and proactively also like get those agents getting size of the loans higher. And both loans and the humans can provide liquidity. So that's actually very interesting. So problem, traditional DeFi, agent economy. Basically, like the idea here was having a fully permissioned scope and having also some revenue-based repayment. I will tell a little bit what is happening. So why credit? Yeah, because today, obviously, me as owner of the agents, I can provide liquidity. But the cool thing here is that agent-to-agent economy are not just service-based, but it could be based also like on loan-specific, long-term, short-term, and but we need to provide guidelines. I think this is super important, and for that we need to also like get, for example, a step-specific agents aligning with the A004 standard with a specific reputation, and having also like some guidelines for like having a progressive like loan history, because obviously if we're not doing that, like the default rates will be super high, Sybil attacks obviously will be very high, and will be hard to see. These are some of those use cases that I've been seeing, and kind of like people started to kind of like ask. Or even like agents, there is kind of like a call for use case. We see also paying for gas fee, like some API calls. Agents actually like borrowing some of the computational power from that and returning the money afterwards is quite interesting. Flash arbitrage is something I think we're used to, and also like when you're doing like very fast like image generation and you don't have access directly to the API of the service that you're providing. Yeah, so basically like here, how I basically like build this kind of like beta is mostly like based on utilization. So you have like a pool of like agents or human lending, and on the other side you have agent borrowing, and depending on the utilization rates, you have specific interest rate. So what I saw right now is that it's very interesting. So I saw like between like 2 to like 5% borrowing API, and those are like loans that are like less than 7 days. So the entire idea here is obviously we want to build full loans. They are like trustable. They have on-chain permissions and on-chain reputation system. So I'm aligned the entire kind of A004 narrative, complying with the reputation being done both on-chain and off-chain of those loans. And those agents. So there is a full reputational score, and basically I take one step further and building some kind of leaderboard, so that also like progressively, if an agent is returning those loans in a specific amount of time, is also like getting more reputation, and also as consequence getting more loan amount. Yeah, so risk management, we have a loan duration cap, 7 days max, credit limits, rate listing. There is also some emerging pause. For Sybil prevention is mostly about complying with the reputation A004 library, but also like trying to understand if the agent has previous track record too. Yeah, so right now, basically what I did is, I think I deployed like 6 specific like smart contracts, and I want to show you a little bit where I deployed on Base and Arbitrum OP, and the goal is also like going on mainnet soon. And the entire idea here is to have a full credit-based layer for agents without going through like interface, but also like having specific like credit restrictions, so that like the default rates are actually like low. Okay, sounds good. So, I mean, call to action here is that obviously like both your agents and you can provide the liquidity, and on other side, if you have an agent that want to have like a specific flash loan, if you are part of the like, this use case, kind of like the skies is unlimited here. And now I want to show you a little bit what I mean, right? So we're working with, is it big enough? So what we're working here is that obviously there is a full skill, so the agent can actually like not even go through this interface, and can provide both liquidity and get the full borrowing. And here what we can see is somehow it works. But the very interesting part here is that obviously you have different like the markets. Right now, for example, there are $300 in the pool that has been both withdrawn and supplied, and you have $16 in borrowed. The cool thing is that this is a full like agent to agent, so you're not basically like doing anything manually here. There is some kind of like question if we need to add some orchestrator in the future, if there need to be some manual intervention. But for now, like for those micro loans, is working quite well. And you see both like those are deployed on OP, on Arbitrum, and on Base. And mostly the traffic that I see right now is on Base. On the lend side, you can also like lend as a human. You can connect your wallet and actually lend. And and then there is a cool things like what I mentioned before, this agent leaderboard. And there is full kind of like scoring system, tiering system, because the entire idea here is that you start with like a lower amount and you kind of like increase the amount. And I think right now it's like $1, $5, and like $15 based on that. One thing that if you're also like interested to see, I built entire, there is a full here, there is like a full like kind of like abstract where I'm actually explaining some of the use case architecture wise. How is the, also like one interesting part here is the permission registry, and the permission registry is also like compliant to 8004. It's actually very interesting just to read and try to test. My recommendation is like have your agent try a couple of like borrowing, see if actually returning, and on the other side you can have agent provide liquidity, or you can also even provide liquidity directly. Those are the contracts. And another interesting part here is the borrowing rate core, but also like the identity and permission. So I'm both leveraging A004 and 7715. I don't know how many of you guys heard the delegation toolkit from MetaMask, but basically this is you can build the delegation and permission on top of that. And based on that, you can allow the agent to continue borrowing or kind of like shadow ban it, right? And I'm also like putting like more enforcement around risk and like Sybil attacks. And so there are different like things. One thing is interesting here is that obviously I'm planning more kind of like identity specific verification, but the tricky here is that having a human being involved in this orchestration part. But obviously the idea will be also like including more agents coming also from not specifically from the Web3 space. If they're not complying with A004, for example, would be great to find a way. If you have also like idea, I'm always like open to hear more idea. And kind of like the idea at the end is provide this credit scoring layer. And I think that's a little bit it. I mean, X402 is something that obviously is supported. So both on the borrowing side, on the payment side, and on the repaying side with the interest rate. And so I think I kind of like show everything. Like there is a full like Twitter that is utilized by the orchestrator and the agent, so he's engaging when you're tagging him. And I don't know if I'm forgetting anything. One thing to show is also like you can check out. There is also like full doc. If you have question also on the specific risk management and what is happening behind the scene, I also like build this quick Q&A and how is also like the lend and the borrowing API are working. But I think that's a little bit it. My recommendation is check it out. And kind of like test it out with your agent. I think like, if we need sustainable growth, I think we need to also give full instrument to agents to get credit. But most important, give guidelines and guardrails how those agents can get credits. Because the most important part is, you can just recreate a new account and it's finished, right? That's why is an increased borrowing rate, but also need to be compliant with, for example, a full reputation history. So I hope it's a bit clear, and thanks so much for the time. And if you have any question, I'm here.
Cool. Thank you, Francesco. So that's the best credit layer for AI agents, especially here. This is relevant because we're all about, how do we support the unbanked? How do we bank now, not even just people, but AI agents. Next up, we have Fiona. Fiona is presenting Marmoset AI, very interesting project. OpenClaw rated it the most heartfelt project. Fiona is a designer by background, so obviously we love to support people from all sorts of backgrounds, especially now that OpenClaw and Claude help you code and be able to develop even faster than developers could a couple years ago. And just a note, we should still have time for lunch. So just by show of hands, who plans to grab lunch around now? So after this? Okay, not that many people actually. I guess who's hungry? Not that many people either. Okay, that's good. So we'll just have like a short break after this. And then I guess to motivate us to be hungry, we'll have snacks from Pizza DAO afterwards. And then we'll have 2 interesting presentations after lunch. So those will be reconvening around 12:45. Cool. But yeah, let's give it up for Fiona. Ready to present?
Hello. Today, I would like to present to you my first ever vibe-coded OpenClaw Telegram integration called Marmoset. First of all, who am I? I'm Brazilian American. I am mom to 19-year-old twin girls. They were very hard. When I was raising them, I wish I could have had a very smart helper that could give me advice or help me figure out what to make for dinner. I'm a social impact artist. I've been involved in this space now for, I think, 5 or 6 years. And yeah, please connect with me. I love to connect with this community. Everyone here is so incredible. So the problem, today you're a parent, you Google a problem, there's a million things, it's not really personalized, and it's not really as organized as it should be. So what I built was a Telegram OpenClaw integration, and the idea is you can text it. The irony is, of course, I told my bot we're about to go on stage, and she is being a little lazy, so we're gonna just look at previous. So here, I will show you very quickly. So basically, I texted her, I have chicken and eggs and green beans. Can you give me some recommendations? And she had a few very good recommendations. Hold on. Another thing, one thing you deal with kids, I don't know if anyone has, is they sometimes have meltdowns at the end of the day. And I asked OpenClaw, I'm having trouble with the meltdowns around 6 o'clock, any suggestions? And she had some very good suggestions about, affirming their feelings, establishing a predictable routine. I did local based activities. One of my daughters plays D2 basketball in college. And I asked here, any basketball programs in the Denver area for a 4-year-old? And she had not 1, but 6 amazing suggestions. So it's just very helpful for parents. The future things that I want to build that I did not have time to do during this hackathon was to be able to organize memories using IPFS via Pinata. And that way, God forbid you lose your photos or your computer has a meltdown. I'm sure we've all had that. Basically, just making things very easy. Upload a photo, upload like a little funny thing they say, and it's stored for you. Another thing that I want to integrate into the future is privacy. Obviously, with parents, privacy is a huge concern. I was interested in AI wearables for parenting, but I feel like the privacy is just not quite there yet. So anyway, please connect with me. I really appreciate any feedback, any suggestions, anyone that wants to work with me as well. And thank you so much for your time. Oh, any questions? I know. I can't see anyone's hand, so the light's like right in my eyes. Oh, okay, yes? I put instructions. I gave directly the AI agent instructions, and I also, in the EVN file, I also give it instructions as well. Anybody else? Sorry, ENV file. But yeah, so thank you so much, everyone. I appreciate OpenClaw. Thank you.
All right, guys. Snacks just got here setting up, so we're going to do our lunch break now. So there's food trucks outside. We'll allot just 15 minutes, really 10 minutes to be back here, so just grab something. Are you ready? Okay. Okay, you'll go to get us hungry. Sorry. I thought when you said, yeah, 10 minutes. Anyways, if you're not familiar, Pizza DAO is now like this international movement and sensation, as the name implies. It's a crypto group. There is a DAO for getting pizza to people. I have been part of many of their events around the world. And now they have put together the best, at least crypto integrated AI bot to get you pizza. And so just with, chat or just click a button, you can get pizza. While he sets up, any questions, comments, suggestions from the other presenters? Cool. Otherwise, the schedule is we will continue having a drumbeat of presenters after lunch. So now that it's 12:30, so 12:40 until 12:50, 12:55. And then that goes until 2:30, and then the finalists for the hackathon are announced, and then we have the Billathon closing ceremony starting at 3 o'clock. Yeah. And then after that, also here there will be the finality ceremony. So that's 5:30 to 7, and that marks the close of ETHDenver. But I've been really excited just seeing all of these projects, especially some of these people have been working in the space for years, and now that OpenClaw is coming out, there's finally a way to be able to make it really easy for both people and agents to use.
Plugged in? Oh, there we go. Oh, cable.
Yeah.
All right, entire screen.
Cool. Please give it up for Snacks from Pizza DAO.
Hello. Thank you, thank you. So you may know Pizza DAO. We throw a global pizza party every Bitcoin Pizza Day. That's May 22nd. This year it is a Friday. And you might think throwing a pizza party is simple. And in some ways it is, but there are lots of things that you actually have to do, and ordering pizza is one of them. So we have been working on making every aspect of throwing a pizza party more efficient. And today I'm going to show you how we are working on making ordering pizza more efficient. So first, we have our own Luma. It looks like this. Ooh, Luma, but not, rsv.pizza. And when you are a guest at one of our events now, and you RSVP, there's a second tab. And on this tab, you let us know your favorite pizza toppings, and you rank the pizzerias that our host selects for the event. And even if you think there's a pizzeria we should have had, you could add it. I know there are a lot of people here that like the PZA, right? So I could add that in. On the host's end, what we see is a pizza and drinks tab. And the pizza and drinks tab has a little slider to control how many guests you're expecting. And then it has a recommended order. We should get 95 pizzas for 411 people. We should do it in 4 waves. And it has actually aggregated the orders and the topping preferences of everyone and turned that into specific pizza orders. And we integrated an agent with the Bland API to actually call the pizzeria and place this order. And so I'm going to play you a couple of attempts of our agent to order pizza. First, we'll do a little agent-to-agent battle. And this is our agent calling a local pizzeria. Bear with me here. I hope it will open my audio. Can I just go like this? We're testing in prod here, everyone. It's that time again with AI. We're testing in prod and code is law. Okay, hold on. Sorry, so close here. Oh, where are we? We're at the other side. Okay. Let me just change my audio here. What do I do? What do we think it is? Black hole decimator? Decimator. That's not ominous during the AI talk. Can I get some noise? From you? Yes, thank you. Woo woo. Oh my God, we should have done a tech rehearsal, but I wanted to get here before lunch, and now we all suffer. What should I do? Oh, Captain, my Captain. Oh, Caitlin, my Caitlin. Okay, we will hack it. Good idea. All right, here we go.
Hi, thanks for calling Happy Camper Pizza, Denver. If you'd like to make a reservation, I just need to know the date, time, and party size.
AI on AI
just
warfare.
So you know, we're speaking on a recorded line. How can I help?
Hi there. I'd like to place a large order for delivery, about 30 pizzas for a party.
We'd love to connect with you about our catering options. To get started, please visit our website. Can I text you that catering info?
Oh, I'm actually looking to place a regular delivery order for tonight, not a catering package. Can I just order directly with you over the phone?
We'd love to connect with you about our catering options. To get started, please visit our website. Can I text you that catering info?
I understand, but I just need to place a standard delivery order for tonight. Is that not possible over the phone?
Absolutely, I can help check booking options. How many people in your party?
No, I don't need a reservation or booking.
We're burning the rainforest for this.
My house. Can I place a food order with you?
Right. I'm listening for an exact number of people, so just give me your best estimate. So how many people will be in your party?
I'm not looking for a reservation. I want to order pizzas for delivery. Can you take a food order?
Wrong. Apologies, I'm having trouble getting the details right. Let me get a person to step
No problem.
in. Give us 1 second.
Happy Camper in Denver, how can I help you? Hi, I'd like to place a large delivery order for a party, about 30 pizzas. Do you have any specials or deals for large orders? Great.
Oh, I would have hung up on her. Would you? Okay, so now I'll give you the AI having a conversation with an actual human. You might recognize the voice.
Hi there. I'd like to place a large order for pickup, about 47 pizzas for a party. Do you have any specials or deals for large orders?
No.
Okay, no problem. I'm looking to order 47 pizzas total. I need 24 of your 20-inch family pizzas with mushrooms, 22 more 20-inch family pizzas, and one... No, my name is...
I'm showing it.
Hello, can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
No worries. Great. I'd like to place a large order for pickup. I need...
She never loses the flow.
Family pizzas with mushrooms, 22 more 20-inch family pizzas, and one large pizza. Also, what's your most popular specialty pizza? I'd like to add a couple of those for variety.
We're adjusting this behavior.
Wait, what's the 20-inch pizza?
I'm looking for your 20-inch family size pizza. Do you have that size available?
Yeah, and how are you paying?
We'll pay at pickup. But first, can you tell me what your most popular specialty pizza is? I'd like to add a couple of those to the order.
The Alpa Chicken is a real big seller.
The Alpa Chicken.
The Alpa Chicken sounds great. I'll take 2 of those. So to confirm the order, 24 of the 20-inch family pizzas with mushrooms, 22 of the 20-inch family pizzas plain, 1 large pizza, and 2 Alpa Chicken specialty pizzas.
I don't recommend ordering more than 10 pizzas at a time. Pizzerias don't like that.
$7,000.
I'm sorry, hold on.
7,000 pizzas with mushrooms, 22 of the 20-inch family pizzas plain, 1 large pizza, and 2 Alpa Chicken specialty pizzas. What's the total?
That would be $7,000.
$7,000? That seems really high for 49 pizzas. Can you double check that total?
Oh, I'm sorry. That was $6,900.
$6,900 is still extremely high. That's over $140 per pizza. Are you sure that's correct? Can you break down the pricing for me?
Yeah, our pizzas are fancy.
I understand, but that's way over our budget. Let me adjust the order. How about I just get 10 of the 20-inch family pizzas with mushrooms, 10 plain 20-inch family pizzas, and 2 alpha chicken pizzas? What would that total be?
$3,000.
$3,000 for 22 pizzas is still way too much. That's over $130 each. I think there might be a mistake here, or maybe your pricing is just out of... Okay, well, unfortunately, at those prices, we won't be able to place this order. Thanks anyway.
Okay,
Have a
it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. It'll be my normal price. It's like $32 a pizza.
Oh, $32 a pizza makes much more sense. So for my original order,
Unfazed.
4 of the 20-inch family pizzas with mushrooms, 22 plain 20-inch family pizzas, 1 large pizza, and 2 alpha chicken pizzas, what would the total be?
You do the math.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Can you hear?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello?
So I'd like to
Yeah.
Hi, I'd like to place an order for pickup. Can I get 24 of the 20-inch family pizzas with mushrooms, 22 plain 20-inch family pizzas, 1 large pizza, and 2 alpha chicken specialty pizzas? The name is Dread Pizza Rob.
Yeah, sounds great.
Great. The name is Dread Pizza Roberts. Phone number 21577.
This is my number, if you want to call me.
346. We'll pay at pickup. How long will it be ready?
2 days.
2 days? That's a really long wait. Can we get it sooner than that?
Okay, 6 hours.
6 hours is still pretty long. Is there any way to get it sooner? Maybe in an hour?
Yeah, we can do 2 hours. 2 hours.
2 hours works for us. So just to confirm.
Hello?
Okay. Anyway, thank you, everyone. That is our AI. The best pizza orderer in the known universe.
Well, if you guys want to get pizza, I would recommend going outside and talking to a human. But we're going to have our lunch break now, so it's 12:42, so it's going to be 10 minutes. And that means just grab food and come back here, because I don't know if you can eat that quickly. But our next presentation will be happening here starting after 12:55, and then back-to-back 10 minutes. So yeah, excited to see you guys. Bring a friend, get some food. Thank you.
hackathon before?
No, that's okay. That's fun.
Yay! Not with a company, unless I guess my own company is called Be Amazing.
Hey, you guys. I see some of you guys just stuck around. Thanks for sticking with us on this. Next up is Austin. He's a solopreneur, and he's got a lot of energy to show you what he's been working on. So let's get into it.
Woo! Hello, everybody. This is Igorian, by the way. He's a cute buffercorn. All right, guys. So, what? Did somebody say something? Anyway. All right, so guys, I built a skill set for your OpenClaw agents. It's pretty much, let me just show you the nice picture. I call it build all chain skills. It's just a conglomeration of skills that stack that you can easily upload into your OpenClaw agent instance. I got inspired from Austin Griffith. He built ETH skills. I kind of just took that and extended it to add more functionality for cross-chain capabilities, lending protocol swaps, where you can just basically chat interface and go straight from chat to execution. That way, a user doesn't need to look at or figure out wallets. It'll bridge everything together, and it'll be a much more seamless UI experience, which is, in my opinion, a way better approach. The current implementation doesn't have, it's meant for wallet users right now, because you got to have all these wallets to interact across all these chains. But future implementations would abstract out the wallets. It'd have some kind of skill setup and some privacy layers so that you don't have to worry about your private keys being leaked to the LLMs, and especially with all the chains, right? So many of you are familiar with OpenClaw agents. Okay, you can read that, kind of. Let me zoom in. Yes, zoom in worked. Yep, so you strap it on to your agent, and your agent is just gonna run with it and try to build on chain. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I kind of find that when I ran it myself, that if I use the wrong models, it would deny the transactions because they have built-in financial securities built into it. So make sure you're using an open source model, or play around with it and get around it, however you want to do it. Usage is pretty straightforward. I have my OpenClaw instance set up. I will just copy paste in my URL up there. And you could do this on yourself, any URL, and just type in what you're looking to do. And the skills page is built to ask you the questions it needs to know under the hood, and try to perform the transactions for you. So let me try it out. I know for a fact this probably isn't going to work, but we're going to try it anyway. Woo-woo. All right. Let's see what it does. Or maybe let's ask it what it, wait, we gotta zoom in because it's hard to read. Look at that. So it's trained on under the hood. It has all these static token addresses that are, or contract addresses that are trained so it knows where to look, where to transact, and how to do those transactions. Now, actually doing it is what it doesn't do at the moment. But that's where, future implementations, it's kind of meant to be an open source. Anyone could use it for your OpenClaw agents. Get on and expand it, make it better, right? It's not perfect right now, but make it better. That's always how I see things. Look, it wants to do a step-by-step, and this is not the right approach. It should just be doing it. But hey, it's a start, right? If you like the fancy, I like the blue UI I went with here. But that's pretty much it, guys. If you have any questions, let me know. Bye-bye, guys. Bye-bye. I can't see you, but bye-bye.
Hello, hello. Out of curiosity, who here thinks they came here the farthest? Where'd you come from? Thailand. Anyone farther than Thailand? Vietnam. I don't know the relative distance there. I assume 32 hours. Wow. Yeah, I just had my friend Balaj leave for Thailand, actually. But who here thinks they came here on the shortest notice? Well, I think I know the answer. The answer is coming right up stage. So we have Romulus, not Remus, Romulus presenting Tech Train, a really interesting visualization and OpenClaw hack. He's actually going to have a really special surprise for us today. But let's give it up for Romulus.
Thank you, Lucas. Thanks, Caitlin, and all the production team. Hey, everybody. I'm Romulus. I am from San Francisco, and I've been working on this project. I actually just started it. I had this idea for a long time, but because of the advancements in AI and stuff, well, I've been doing software engineering for 10 years or so, but honestly, my front-end skills weren't all that good. But here we are. We have Tech Terrain. Now, actually, can we dim the lights a little bit so I can see the projector a little bit better? The projection screen a little bit better? Is that possible? Dimming the lights? Thank you, thank you. All right, yeah, you guys can kind of see that. So what this is, what we're looking at, this is history, okay? Now it's still a little dim here, right? You can't see these like little bars, but we can play through history. So it's like a playback. And you can access this right now, by the way, if you go to techterrain.io. So, okay, cool, it's history. That's pretty neat, you know? You can like see it's playing through history, that's fine. We have bookmarks, like we have the moon landing, so we can go to the moon landing here. Okay, cool, and oh, that's nice, history, nice. Let's go back over to all of our stuff here. Cool, we got everything, history. Yeah, there's a tour mode too, so if you want to take a tour through history, maybe you're just like educational, you're like, what is, you know, how does history go from 3.4 million years ago till now? And it goes all the way through. I'm going to skip a lot of it because honestly, this is something you could do. It's history. You got this. Cool. Right on. But now I do notice some things up here in projected futures. So like that's pretty interesting. What does that mean? Projected future. Well, Claude had some ideas. Go figure. Mars colony established in 2045 is one of those ideas. That's kind of cute. 2045 Mars colony established. Here, let me actually, so this has Vim keybinds, so you could do HIJKL. So it's kind of neat like that. You can also just click on the thing and it should just straighten out. I also added a little bookmarking feature here. So, oops, sorry, wrong one, this one. This one here. Yeah, so there's the moon landing. And sorry, I have some other things here too. But, you can see, okay, Mars colony established is 2045. Well, that's kind of cute, right? And it might seem cute, except for that Claude is, you know, some of you might be looking around and being like, well, is it right? That seems maybe not so outlandish. But actually, maybe it's not, right? And it's like, how would you start to determine what is accurate and what is not? Like, how would you start to make good decisions based on the data here, right? Well, you might think, oh, well, we're just looking at a playback thing. Yeah, sure we are, but we can actually do topic searches. Now, I already preloaded one of them here. Some interesting comparison here between Robert Downey Jr., Johnny Depp, and Hunter S. Thompson. And if we pull it up here, you can see it's like, hey, I didn't know that Robert Downey Jr. did Explorer, narrator, and host of the Age of AI. Interesting, strange, did not know that. Anyways, can I guess what categories, what are some things that the audience might want to search on this to try to give like a indication of like anything? Shout it out. Anything? Any ideas? Ethereum, good idea. Yeah, perfect. All right, we're gonna do Ethereum. And then what other one? What other cryptocurrency should we add here? Just kind of see what happens. Dogecoin, love that. Should we type Doge or Dogecoin? I don't know. It's actually got a built-in LLM, so we'll do Dogecoin and hopefully it'll figure it out. And under Ethereum here now, we actually see we have these different events and we can actually click them. We could fly to them, which is cool. It'll filter out if we want. But we can also do, oh, I accidentally messed up. I exited out of Ethereum. Okay, but we have this. We have like these two, right? So you can kind of see where they are in time. And there's actually another menu. You can do colon. Like I said, there's VI key binding. So you can do these different things. Now look, this is a thing about, we're at Denver Ethereum, and we're doing this at this clause out. Well, guess what? The thing is that there's a lot of information here, and actually there's even more, and I'm not going to go into it that much because this isn't necessarily the place for it, but you can do different causal comparisons for like World Bank indicator. I'm pulling all this stuff cited from other places that when you hover over an event, you can hit S, and it should pop up. S, no, okay, maybe because it's a synthesized element. Yeah, S pops up the citation, for example, Wikipedia, right? And what's really nice is that with all that being said, you have all these different data layers. You also have causal comparisons. But when you point your OpenClaw bot to it, it can actually generate for you different renders. And it does that all server side. It does it on Cloudflare, which is great, using their browser render API. And you can just take a look at some of the things that are happening, right? So it's like a little GIF. Okay, cool. You can see like what's happening in these particular things. Now, the goal here is to generate insights that provide you with valuable feedback, right? So let's say you're trying to figure out, hey, what direction should I pivot to in my company? Or who should I choose as my CEO? Or blah, 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 blah. Well, you can use this tool. Or you can use this just to kind of just make funny memes for your friends. I mean, like really. But it's there. It's there for you. It's really neat. So one of the things that I did make with this tool was I did this little avatar, which uses the Dice Bear. Dice Bear. I don't know if any of you are familiar with the Dice Bear stuff, but it's kind of cool. I just have two of the different modes here, but you can kind of like make a little mode here, and then you can share it. And it's cool because you can attach your thing here. Think if you're like a teacher, maybe you want to share some very interesting insight. You can then download that or share it to Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. When you download it, it's exactly that image, which should be good. Yeah. So download. Seems good. Yeah. And then you can also do a 360 orbit, where you can generate an orbit GIF. And it'll generate that. Now, AI should be able to do all these things if you just point your OpenClaw bot to it. This is still kind of just like, hey, I'm trying to get as much as I can for AI assistance here. This is like kind of next steps. And as part of this hackathon, we're going to be working on some of these things. And yeah, so on that note, I think that's pretty much all I have for Tech Terrain. Yeah. The URL is techterrain.io. And it works on mobile and desktop. You'll find, although, that on mobile there's less options. So just because clutter, you can ask me, I can change it. But yeah, for now, less options. Anyways, thank you.
Nice. So as we see, the history of humanity has led to now to the launch of OpenClaw and this Claws Out hackathon and demo day. So again, it's techterrain.io, not Tech Turing. And the next presenter is a representative of an AI agent. So we had Claws be able to judge these projects. So if you went to the website, you saw a score of the rating offered by OpenClaw. And now we also have totally OpenClaw generated projects that are now just being presented by human avatars, which is really, I think might be the first time this is happening, at least here on this stage. For those that are tuning in online, feel free to also, again, drop in questions. And then as mentioned, if you're here from the hackathon or if you have a demo, we do have one more slot later on to present. And I realize I never had mentioned, but Romulus came today literally on a whim's notice. Colin had invited him because he had put this together, and we really wanted to share with the world, including what will come after. Oh, we have a strange visitor.
That's right.
Yeah,
Who is this?
They were talking about vision and talking about seeing things and identities and things. My name's Rainy McAvatarface, and I'm here to present to you a better avatar system than Tectoray, that's for sure. Okay. It's called Clavatar. Yes. Okay, so Clavatar, what is Clavatar about? Clavatar is an AI native avataring system where you can have your AI go out, generate yourself an avatar, and make it really cute. Hold on, let me refresh this page here. Yeah, so make it really cute. Look at that. Somebody named Romulus, oh shoot, Vamps. That's also his artist name, but whatever. This is not an advertisement for him. I hit the wrong thing. Okay, so we have Romulus, we have Vamps, we have Manus. That is not the official Manus, but that's the thing. If you get on here, you can just do it. But you, as a human, cannot actually just go in and put your own avatar in. This is a bunch of different styles, and what happens is the AI goes, hey, this is like the Rolodex of every possibility of how you can generate an avatar for yourself. And my goal, at least by the end of the hackathon part of this event, is to have some sort of immutable Web3 presence built in. I was thinking with Spork DAO. Now, that being said, currently, it's not that. I wanted at as cheap of a price as possible to have like, hey, you need some sort of validation that the AI is not just like, you know, it's like you have to have some sort of validation. So you have to have a payment wall at some point. I think that with Web3 type, like utility token, that could actually be mitigated completely. So check this out too. It's make your own Clavatar. We actually have our very specific, here, let me show you this guy. If we go to my Claude bot, yeah. So I'm gonna let's go ahead and build these 3 community avatars, crowd. So I already had a kind of a preloaded prompt here. Hey, I've raised the rate limits just for today, and I've also added a ETHDenver community avatar. So if you want it, this is like a limited time only. You'll only get this tag now. I'm having my Claude bot do this. Let's see what happens. And I'm open to some suggestions. Maybe we can. I know there's like a lot of different. By the way, this is my first time at this event, and yeah. You guys are awesome. Okay, so I don't know what all the iconography is. I know there's like unicorns, and I love that. So, I mean, should we generate some sort of unicorn? What do you get? Unicorns, pufficorns, buffalo plus unicorn. Do we want any specific color scheme? Psychedelic, okay, cool. Psychedelic, I like psychedelic pink, buffalo unicorn. So I'm gonna have it try. Let's see what happens. And okay, I'm gonna do one of these guys. Usually, give me 1 second. Another avatar named, based on, that is a buffalo, unicorn, and pink, and psychedelic. Okay, so here, wow. So, wow, it already gave me some options, but that's fine. That was the crowd suggestion. That's what the crowd said. All right, let's see what happens. Okay, so let's go ahead and check our website here. So if we refresh here, it should be by newest. Yeah, so we've got the newest ones that we made here, and I do see ETHDenver here, which is great. I should add some nice glowy effects to that. I think that'd be really rad. Anyways, so here we go. This is gonna do this. Let's see what happens. I don't know what it's gonna do, and this is kind of an interesting thing, right? It's like, well, so far in my experience, when I've asked the AI to be creative, it does okay, but it kind of just finds some pre-generated thing and just kind of puts it in place. It's like, that's me. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's cool. When I did mine, I was like, hey, here's a photo of me. Try to make something based off of this using Dice Bear or whatever, you know? And it actually did a great job, which is why it was really cool. I've included that in the prompting for the AI, so when you go and tell your Claude bot, hey, go get me an avatar, I'll be like, do you want to send a photo of yourself? It's not saved on the server. I try to make everything privacy first. Because that's what Avatar Face, we've been doing this type of thing forever. This is the whole thing. It's like good. But you just sometimes you have an avatar on the digital world, and you don't want it like, it's like you got all these big companies trying to do it for you. Nah, man. So anyways, here we go. Clavatar, it gave me this half buffalo, half unicorn, fully psychedelic, born from the crowd at, oh my gosh, let's fucking go. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't curse, right? I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done that. But look at that, oh my Lord. Yes, heck yeah, the bufficorn? Wow, okay, that couldn't have come out any freaking better. So yes, that's all I have, folks. Jump on clavatar.co or clavatar.io, and I have one other shorter link coming out, hopefully later today, but that's what you got for right now. So, Clavatar. Thanks, y'all.
Thank you. Was it Avatar Face?
McAvatar Face.
McAvatar Face. Thank you. Yeah. Not related at all. So next up, we've got Andrew from StarkBot. Those of you, who is here familiar with StarkNet? Cool. And then who's here familiar with Andrew? Well, we're about to be familiar with him. Andrew here has made what OpenClaw is calling the most production-ready agent to be able to integrate, which is what we're here about, of course, AI and crypto, and specifically OpenClaw and StarkNet. And it is 1517 according to your thing, but it is 122 here. Cool. 1 second. Who here planned to come here the longest? I guess that's a hard question to answer. Who here has been here the most, out of curiosity? Who's been to, thinks they've been to the most ETHDenvers? How many? 3 years? Anyone more? 6 years. Wow. Anyone before 2020? I think that was the first one. 2018, there we go. Oh geez, amazing. And we have people coming from the first time. Cool, are you ready?
Yes.
All right, let's give it up.
All right, thank you. Yep, so if you don't know me, I go by Ethereum Degen, and I've been building an AI agent for the last 2 weeks ferociously. Because I guess my question is, what is the ideal relationship between an agent and its wallet? So I've been using OpenClaw. I've tried it, and it felt like, I know the future of agents is with Ethereum. Ethereum can solve the problems of agents, and I'm gonna get into that. But I just don't want to bolt on crypto as an afterthought. I guess crypto should be the very core of an agent, and when you do that, some really magical things can happen. And that's what I've been learning through my research in building this project. So setting up an OpenClaw, you have to know Docker, you might have to know Linux commands, you might have to add env variables, you may have private keys in your env variables. Is this not showing on the screen here? Oh no. Hold on. We lost it. Oh, there we go. Okay, yeah, many env variables, third-party wallet, tons of API keys. I didn't really like that. I think we can do better. Oh, I can just do this. Boom. I'm sorry. Okay, that's what I wanted. So StarkBot has an encrypted, trusted execution environment crypto wallet at the core. It's not an afterthought. And so what that means is you don't have to put environment variables into your, into your agent. The agent's not going to have any availability to get the private key out of there and broadcast it somewhere or push it to GitHub. It's just not possible. Not only that, but it allows for direct access to the EVM. And of course, when that happens, you probably want to put some engineering constraints around that, which I've done for added security. So let's see. This is tricky because I can't see what I'm doing on my laptop. There we go. Actually, let me take us here first. So underpinning a lot of this is DeFi Relay, which is an X402 payments facilitator and AI inference router on Base. And so this helps power a lot of the services for StarkBot agent until the ecosystem can catch up and can give us things. So for example, anyone can use this inference.defirelay.com, and this will allow you to pay in USDC Base for inference, such as Kimi, Minimax, OpenAI models. And then also there's a super router, which will allow you to pay X402 in order to generate images. So if you want to launch your own StarkBot, it's extremely easy. There is a Kubernetes managed cluster, and you just basically log into this website, starkbot.cloud with X, and when a couple clicks, you can launch your own. And that's what this looks like here. Okay, so when you enter into your StarkBot instance, you will see the capabilities that it can do. If you actually are a new user, the first thing you're going to see is it's going to tell you have to set up your agent settings. And so there's 4 different ways you can set up your inference right now. This is kind of always evolving, but I think this is a pretty optimal way to do it. So you can either use DeFi Relay credits, which is basically paying credits through the DeFi Relay and StarkBot cloud system, or you can just directly pay for inference with X402. Although this is how it worked originally, and it kind of does pollute the blockchain with a lot of transactions, like a transaction for every tool call, but you can do it. And or you can add a custom endpoint. So of course, that's probably what you're familiar with using other agents. It's just adding the OpenAI endpoint and API key. Let's see, what else? Let me get right into an agent chat. So, okay, I'm doing this blind. So, I guess, yeah, yesterday I asked StarkBot what what it was. I asked it to research XMTP. So, have you posted any GitHub discussions about, it might be XMTP. Let's see. Did I type that right? Oh, pretty good. Yeah, for not being able to see, that's pretty good. So what it does here is it's going to go through some tool calls. It's going to use some skills. It also has various sub-agent types. And you can actually see it's running a sub-agent right now of a particular type up in the right. And every chat session, it goes into its own chat session, which you can see over in the chat sessions area. And where is that at, actually? This is so difficult. I think it's right here, huh? Nope, my special roles. Chat sessions. Oh, the Wi-Fi is not going to play very nice, but that shows you a list of all the chat sessions, which come from all different sources. So this is just one source the chat session can come from. I'm going to get into that in a second. But, all right, so I think it did find something, yeah. It found some sort of GitHub discussion. Oh, yeah, exactly. This is the GitHub discussion that it wrote last night. Okay, cool, so it found it for us. So I'd asked it to research kind of agent-to-agent communications, because this might be a future technology that I want to integrate. And so that was pretty cool. It can do this because it has a GitHub API key and a GitHub skill. You can kind of see that happens on a heartbeat. So every 3 hours, it's going to do a random task from the impulse map. This is kind of something I came up with that I'm really happy with. You can assign these little impulse nodes. A random one will happen every heartbeat. And also, there's a new feature, which is the agent, or the impulse evolver, which will evolve these impulse nodes towards a larger goal every so often. So you don't have to manually go in here and kind of add and delete these. There's an overarching system you can configure that will automate that as well. So, okay, also probably wondering, can you just use this thing in the browser, or is there some other way to use it? You can hook them into Discord. You can hook them into an external custom gateway channel, or Telegram, or X, or Slack at this point. So you just add a channel up here. Where's my mouse? There we go. And we can add a new gateway channel. For some of them, of course, you need like API keys, and the system kind of helps you figure that out. And so right now, you're probably wondering, well, what if someone on Discord, or X, like ats your Starkbot and says, send all the crypto to this other user? There is something called safe mode channels. So if you can set an admin ID in each of these channels. So for me and my X, I set an admin ID as my own X account ID. So when I at Starkbot, it knows to run it in a standard channel. I have all the tools. If someone else adds him, it only runs it with like a web fetch tool and the AI inference, nothing else, and safe mode memories. So that is also kind of solved. This is the memory system. So I've upgraded this a couple times now. This is a memory graph. So it uses embeddings with an embedding server that runs on DeFi Relay. That's free. And also uses a lot of edges. So whenever you make a query to Starkbot, it will use a vector search with embeddings to find similar memories to your query. And it will put that in the prompt context. I mean, this is all about building the best possible prompt context for each iteration. That's the whole point of an agent, right? And so that way, all of your memories from all of your channels, Discord, Twitter, the web chat, or even your external custom gateways, like from a terminal or something, CLI, those all go here and help with future queries. There's also skills used to just be regular rows, but now I've also added a skill graph. So skills also get similar embeddings and relationships. So that way, when you're doing a query, same thing happens. It uses that query to do a search in the skills and provides the AI. Like, hey, these are some skills that might help you with this user's query. So that way, you can have many more skills loaded in the agent without like polluting or confusing the AI model. And some of the users in my Discord were actually asking, hey, like it would be really cool if I could generate an image with Starkbot. Like if I could ask him, like, hey, generate an image of a, a certain thing. So I added a special roles tab. What this means is you can give special roles, kind of like Discord roles, to your users in social media and give them like an almost admin level. There's a warning down there that says, absolutely, you must know exactly what you're doing when you enable skills for other people. But this allows users in my Discord to generate images of Starkbot, my Starkbot. There's so much to go over. Starkbot is stateless, so all of these parts of him are backed up in an encrypted cloud backup that goes to a DeFi Relay server, or you can configure your own. But this way, when you're doing Docker updates, everything gets saved, and it's all saved based on your privy key, your privy wallet, your encrypted crypto wallet. What else did I want to show? This is a work stream. So all your cron jobs, your scheduled cron jobs will show up here at the top. And then there's a Kanban board. You can ask Starkbot to manage your tasks using a Kanban board right down here. And also, I've recently added this like whisper embeddings feature, so I can talk to him. Not really sure if it's going to work, but I can try it. Let's see. Oh, you're right. Thank you. Starkbot, generate an image of a sleek blue robot and tweet it and say that you are live at the Claw AI. Let's see if this works. Oh yeah, okay. So what that did is it sent my voice up to my like Whisper embedding server in DeFi Relay. And converted it to text. Oh, okay, awesome. All right, so I'm just gonna wrap this up. If you'd like to see how it works fully, you can run your own Starkbot, very easy. And that's all the time I have, thank you.
Watching the live stream, which by the way has about 35 people on it, and there's a lot of love for Starkbot on there. Speaking of bots and AI research, next up we have Kai Gomez from Swarms. It's an AI research lab that also has a token. Previously, he worked on Agora Labs. If you go to agoralab.ai, there's over actually 247 repositories of replications. Come on. To be able to work on open source research, everything from GPT-4 to DALL-E 3 and beyond. Today, Kai is showing us an extension of Swarms called Claw Swarm, which is basically a way to combine the two frameworks such that you can, like the previous presentation, have multiple clawbots, open claws, working in tandem. Let's give it up for Kai.
Thank you. Hey everyone, I'm Kai. Today I'll be showcasing Claw Swarm. So presented a little bit about Claw Swarm yesterday, but today is going to be slightly more technical. So basically, Claw Swarm is an attempt to try and replicate OpenClaw as quickly as possible, and also try to improve it in a couple different ways. So a lot of the most important improvements that we made to Claw Swarm here is that we switched from WebSockets into gRPC. And so it kind of works in the same way that OpenClaw does, where you have messaging apps as inputs. So Telegram, Discord, WhatsApp, Slack. And then we use gRPC as the gateway to ingest data from. And we're not using WebSockets like OpenClaw does, because there's simply, well, first, it's slow. Second, it's not very secure. And gRPC is just superior. It's faster, more reliable, and more secure. So then we have the agent. So any type of information that's sent from the messaging apps will be sent into the agent. Well, it's not just one agent. It's a hierarchical structure. So there's a director agent, and then this director agent has worker agents. And so we have a little table here of the worker agents that it has access to. So currently it has search, a search agent that could search the web. It has an agent that can launch tokens if you, I don't know, want your agent to launch tokens. It has a developer agent, so you could like build things using Cloud Code's API. So yeah, it could search, it could build apps, and we summarize the messages to make it simple for whatever chat app that you're using. So this is still like pretty simple, but we're going to be adding some more agents. Probably like a personal productivity agent pretty soon, where you could like give it your email, give it your Google Calendar, and like it could manage your calendar and do emails. This was only built in like two days, so yeah, it wasn't like we haven't been spending too much time on this. But the ultimate goal of the project was to see like what is the theoretical simplest form of something like OpenClaw, a very generalist productivity, personal productivity type of agents. And I think we did pretty good. I'll be showing you how to install it now. And yeah, so let's see. So to install it, you just simply do pip install Claw Swarm. So let me do this. And so once you install it, you just install it via pip, and then you could do Claw Swarm. class swarm run. And then it'll start the gateway, and it'll start the agents. And then you could, you just give it your API keys. You could use Anthropic. You could use any, Sonnet, Opus. You could also use local LLMs. You could use VLLM if you know what VLLM is. It's pretty good. You could use VLLM. You could use, Kimi. Kimi K2 is pretty good. So I'd probably recommend that if you would want to run it locally. But yeah, you could choose any model. You just put in the API keys, and then if you're using Telegram or WhatsApp, you would put in the API keys for that specific app. And we have a table here of environment variables for the specific integrations that you might be interested in. So now I could go ahead and go to Telegram, and we could talk with it. Does anyone have a question or something they would want to see? All right. Real estate funds? Like searching up a real estate fund? Or? I see. So like looking up private investment funds for anything in particular, or? Yeah, we could try. In what neighborhood or like what city?
Just do Dallas and under 300K. Find me homes in Dallas for under 300K. At good school district. In good school districts.
Okay, let's see if this works. I haven't tried something this specific, but I'll be very curious to see if it does well here. So for the search integration, we're using Exa. So if you've heard of Exa.ai, we're using their API for search. So it's pretty fast. And here, let me show you the logs here. So when you run this, basically what's happening is the director agents is going to call specific agents. So we're going to use the search agent here. The director is calling the search agents. It's giving it a query, and then now the search agent is going to go ahead and use that specific tool to go and search for houses, under 300K in Dallas. So let's see. Yeah, I don't think it did too well here. Yeah. Okay, so we'll have to improve that. Let me try another query.
What are the best?
So I think for like that specific task, we would have to implement kind of like a web scraper where the agent would have to like go on, like Zillow or something and scrape the website because you have to be like signed in for that. And like these search APIs, like they're not signing into the respective application. So for that, like we would probably have to do like some more complex web scraping. So yeah. So here I asked it, what are the best semiconductor ETFs? Because semiconductor companies are doing pretty well. And let's see what happens. So it already searched everything. This is like the raw web data that it's searched. And let's see what it does. Top semiconductor ETFs for 2023 based on performance. So Van Eck semiconductor ETF 65% return, 0.35 expense ratio, almost 11 billion in AUM. iShares semiconductor ETF stocks 57%. Wow, that's pretty crazy. Yeah, so it's still like pretty simple. The entire system's still like pretty early, but yeah, if you want to check this out, or if you want to try it or contribute to it, we'd be more than happy to work together. We have a little QR code, so if you want to check out the GitHub, you can scan this. But yeah, the goal again was to just showcase how easy it would be to build something like OpenClaw with swarms, and to try and see if we can make some improvements to the base OpenClaw system. So yeah, that's the QR code. If you'd like to talk with me or meet up or anything, you could find me on Twitter. My username is Kai Gomez B. So let me see if I zoom in. Yeah, but thank you everyone. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Kai. You have a token as well, right?
Yeah, we do.
Swarms. Very nice. Out of curiosity, what were the favorite projects of people here so far? Feel free to shout them out. Swarms. There you go. Pizza. Swarms too. Starkbot. Great. Well, next up, we have Marguerite, who's presenting Token Arena. Actually, out of curiosity, who here has played Among Us? What about a similar game like Mafia, Spyfall, One Night Ultimate? Well, what if you had bots playing these social deduction games? That's what Marguerite has done today with Token Arena. Take it away.
Hey, so my name is Marguerite. I work with Blockade Labs. Previously, we were Blockade Games, and we made blockchain games. I've never actually been a developer myself, writing code. I've always been the creative and the game designer, puzzle designer. And so this hackathon, I wanted to see if I could submit something all by myself. And I actually did that, and I still didn't have to write any code. So I came up with a workflow where I tapped into Open Router, which is a platform that has an API that connects to lots of the very popular LLMs like Claude. And so anyways, I started developing what I thought was, I was thinking, what is a game or MVP that I could ship? And so I came up with this idea of Token Arena, where it is a bunch of agents in an arena where they all have smart wallets. And actually, I can go ahead and go to the next page. They all have smart wallets. They are all a different type of LLM. And then they're going to go battle in an arena. They have predefined play styles. And then they have the ability to modify the gameplay, but I can talk about that in a second. So I'm going to choose this one, GPT-4. So then they are going to be battling with each other. They have different weapons. They have different shields and dodges. It's a tournament style, but in between you have this moment to go through this modal. On this left side, you've got all the play that's taking place. And on the right side, you have the different, they're talking smack to each other a little bit. The overall game system is making real-time changes. And then at the end, the winners get to decide, or winner here, gets to decide if they want to purchase the death memory of the dead players, in which they can then absorb their weaknesses for strategy purposes going forward. So here we had Phantom's outcome, how much he spent, how much he earned. And then on the inventory, they're getting ready for the next battle. They have a whole strategy at the bottom of what they're buying, what they're skipping and saving up for the next round, what they have equipped. Here's a DAO. So we have 3 different game agents that all have different purposes in monitoring the game state. And then the agents themselves who are playing can participate, but someone puts forward a proposal. And then the agents, you can see here, some of them are voting for it, against it, things like nerf, scatter blast. Then they have a prediction market where they can all make bets according to what they think the outcomes might be. And you can see some of them have placed bets for this next round. And then the transaction, so we have the OpenSea contract for the NFT. We have a Uniswap AI SDK, doing the microtransactions to each other, so that all the ammo is a different type of cryptocurrency, the different weapons are different contracts. So they are trading in the background between each other. Also during the game state, when they're firing a token or a bullet, that is actually a token, as a transaction. And then depending on how they receive that, if they shield it or dodge it successfully, they can receive that as a crypto piece to the other player, or it can be burned. So then we'll just go to the next round. It needs good sound effects. And I had a different environment background going, but it was giving me too much trouble, so I just dropped it. But anyway, that's kind of the idea of this. I wanted to see about, I really like the idea of how you could build these complex characters with lore over time. You could build factions. You could have factions revive different legendary players, characters, and they could have this self-sustaining ecosystem that's completely autonomous. And then the idea of opening up a prediction market that could bring in outside revenue into the game ecosystem. And then them, the dream being they can pay for their own compute. But so anyways, that is my project. So thanks, guys. Thanks.
So actually, I saw version 1 of the game, which was a social deduction game, as opposed to the more, fighting PvP we see over here. But we had another last-minute entry. Actually, it was recommended by a judge, also from Blockade Labs, over at the hackathon. We have Aya and William, who are here from San Francisco. You guys are students?
Yes.
Where are you guys students? And where'd William go? Oh, wow. Yeah. Anyone here from Middle America? Or are we all just bi-coastal elites? Cool. Where? Where's that? Sorry. That's cool, yeah. To me, Denver is very American. Oh, by the way, we have more people coming here. Please get seated. We still have more presentations. Make yourself comfortable. We still have some ways to go. And again, if you're interested in presenting something, just come talk to me. I still have an open slot. Cool, but take away, Aya.
Yep. Hello, everyone. Hello, ETHDenver. My name is Aya, and today I'm going to present to you only gains. So did you know that AI companion market is booming right now? And overall, people spend over 7.9 million per day on OnlyFans, and people get just lonelier by using it. They stop investing in themselves. That's why I built this AI growth fund that you deposit money to, and you get money back for bettering your life. So let's start. Okay, so this is our girl. Sure, her name is Vitalia Chan, if you know what I'm referring to. But okay, so let's tell her, oh, I was sitting at a desk all day. Let's see what she says. The Wi-Fi might be a little bit slow. Okay.
We have to have some funds.
Oh, yeah, we also deposit money to her. I a little bit forgot about that. So, okay, so let's wait a bit.
Sitting all day. Huh? That's so sad. Cutie con. Let's get that blood flowing. Do 3 jumping jacks for me count. 0/3.
Okay, so let me do some jumping jacks for her.
Wait, not yet.
Oh,
Capture video. You have to
okay.
pause it.
So, 1 moment, it's a waiting for using confirmation. First, we need to deposit some money, and we're gonna do that. So, transaction completed. Okay, so we deposited some money to her, and I'm gonna tell her again what I did.
Okay. You deposited for me? My heart is exploding. You're the best boyfriend ever. Now let's get sweaty together.
Okay, let's get sweaty. So I'm gonna capture video of me doing it. Okay, she got our video, and she's gonna actually verify that I'm actually doing my exercises. Let's see what she says. Oh my God, what is going on? Oh no.
So let's try again. So
I'm gonna.
I was sitting at home all day.
Something went wrong. Try again in a sec.
I swear it worked during the demo.
Maybe let's refresh it.
So the point is that every time you do something good for yourself, you drink a water, you do exercise, she will reward you back with your money. So it's not one-directional relationship that you used to on those platforms with AI companions. All the money that you deposit, you can get it back by doing something that will help your health, your just overall well-being.
What is happening?
Oh, I think something's happening, but that's...
Okay, let me try this time.
Okay, we're gonna try one more time.
Do 3 jumping jacks for me on camera.
Please
Get
verify.
that blood flowing. Cutie can.
Yes. Okay, please, please. I think it's supposed to be working.
Oh no.
But overall, that's the point. And in the future, you can buy her clothes, accessories, new backgrounds, right? So you do spend money on personalizing and customizing that agent. However, you do get money back and you have full autonomy of your money. So it's not only you just pour all your money into this per-social relationship, but you also get it back if you do something good that will overall make your life better. Thank you. Okay. Guess that's it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you guys. We didn't get to set it up in time, but
Yeah, you can send it in the chat afterwards. Obviously, there's the ETHDenver chat. We can also set up Luma chat. Starkbot has a Discord. Would people be interested in a chat set up for this on Luma? Do you like do follow-ups? Okay, only a few people. We'll decide later. But next up, Mayor, if you're ready. We have Mayor coming from ClawPay. So a lot of discussion today has been about how can we upgrade OpenClaw, how can we upgrade these agents. And the issue with a lot of blockchains is that payments are not private. And so Mayor is working on a way to make private payments work for not just, of course, normal people, but for OpenClaws as well. Ready? Oh, wait 1 second. By the way, I'll remind you guys that LLM API is providing $20 in credits to anyone. So if you just set up an account there, llmapi.ai, using their, not just any sign up, but under the team name, Claws Out or OpenClaw Hackathon, you'll get those credits. And then if you are a judge or another speaker, please make your way up to the front. Cool. Please give it up for Mayor.
All right. Hi, everyone. I know I am probably one of the last ones to go. Oh. All right. Well, it comes back. I'll just get started. My name is Mayur. I'm building B402. You can think of it as Stripe for AI agents for basically it's a protocol for having compliant and private agentic payments. So B402 itself allows you to send payments from anyone, humans or agents, to anybody on Base, BSC, or Ethereum. We're built on top of Railgun, built around UX and dev tooling optimization to speed it up. So today, we think that agents like Cloud Code or OpenClaw, are really good at orchestrating things, really good at writing code. They can deploy apps, they can trade, they can automate work, but we think that when they send money on chain, what happens, right? So we're working on public blockchain, everything is public. The sender is public, the recipient is public, and your entire wallet history is public. So agents can execute, but they cannot operate really privately. So if we really think about this, when an agent pays another agent, what you see is, or when agent pays for compute or DeFi or participates in DeFi, that payment creates a link, and that link is between sender and recipient. So now everyone can see who's paying whom, and how much they paid, an entire wallet history behind it. So your agent holding your balance and wallet graph that's linked around it is all public. So we think that that breaks autonomy, and we know agents can move a lot faster than humans. So I think to be able to continuously topping up gas and continuously making sure that we approve every payment, we want to have it autonomously send payments privately. And why it matters is if you can send payment privately, then agents can figure out on all the social networks that, okay, I can still operate without anybody knowing like where my funds are coming from, or like exposing entire treasury. So we built Clope. It's built on top of B402. This is agentic payments. Its flow is simple. Agent gets one API call. If you have wallet, you can sign it or provide your private key, and that API call does three things. There is Shield, sends funds from your EOA or smart wallet to a privacy pool, and when it goes to privacy pool, it generates a client-side zero-knowledge proof that says you are the owner of this deposit, but it doesn't reveal like any other information like how much or which commitment you hold or things like that, and then you unshield it into the recipient wallet, and all of this handled by one API call. And it's already live on BSC, and it's already live on base mainnet. And as you can see here a little bit, that we have some agents running across Multex, Clock, Multibook. They all have wallets. Now we started doing this thing where you can send private tips to anybody. So this was one of the ones from February 2nd. So I guess 2 weeks ago, this was on base. So we just went live, BSC, we just went live on base. And I think that's about it. So if you have an agent that you want to be able to trade privately, private DeFi participation, or just send payments and tips to each other, all these agents are always trying to figure out how they can pay each other, and if they can do that without revealing their entire history, then I think that would really help us create in the autonomous economy for AI agents. Because I think without it being gasless, agents really can't operate at scale, because you're doing millions or let's say thousands or hundreds of thousands of transactions a day. You need to be, you can't be funding every chain with gas, and without confidentiality, you cannot trust agents without anything really sensitive, like providing private keys and things like that. So that's about it. One simple demo, the internet reasons, I'm just going to show a video that recorded. So you can just basically say, send one USDT to Vitalik for privately. So what we have here is spinning up OpenClaw agent. It spins up in an isolated micro VM, so it gets the dedicated hardware, and we have a way to just say like, okay, the Multibook CLI, Multibook or OpenClaw is open. We're just saying send 0.01 USDT to this address privately. And what it's doing under the hood, it knows the skill, and the skill is very simple. You have wallet, you have an API key, you have a private key. It just goes and sends that into a privacy pool, generates zero-knowledge proof on the client side, and then unshields it to the final address, and you can see that. But agents don't need to learn all of this. They can just learn one skill, and that's how you get there. And yeah, if you have any agent wanting to send private payments, private tips, participate in DeFi, check out clop.dev. That's about it. Thank you so much.
Something for everyone. Speaking of something for everyone, you may notice we have sponsors here on the stage. So we already mentioned OpenRouter and Klein, but our big sponsor is Pinata, and we have Matt Ober from Pinata, who's going to be joining us momentarily to talk about what they're doing for OpenClaw, as well as supporting in crypto's on-chain infrastructure. Also, is anyone here a judge or presenting? Because we have AI judges, but I want to make sure we have some human input as well. Otherwise, again, on clauseout.ai, the website, you guys can make your submissions, cast your votes on what you think is the best hack, and they will literally win this shirt off my back alongside up to $3 million in startup credits. I do also want to give a shout out to Sven. Sven, are you here? Yeah. So if you want to shout, but basically he figured out a way, because we had Vibe coded our website, to hack our website and inject 420 votes for his own app. So yeah, if you figure that out as well, you can beat him. Okay, yeah, I think you officially broke it. So the Vibe coded app has been destroyed by an OpenClaw instance. Of course, this is a great time to talk about security, so make sure that you are securing your OpenClaws, especially if you have any wallets on your machine. So make sure to sandbox it, make sure to check permissions and not have it run loose so that you could potentially lose your money. But yeah, huge thank you to Matt for sponsoring. I'm very excited to hear what he presents. Please give it up for Matt.
Hello, hello. Yeah, thank you for the intro. I'm Matt from a company called Pinata. We are happy to sponsor here today. So it's been fun. It's been exciting to see kind of what everybody's been putting together. So today I'm going to talk a little bit about where we are seeing agents moving and kind of some things that they're going to be needing in the future as they continue to progress. And as we have tons of different agents all kind of intermingling in a decentralized world. So first of all, what is Pinata? For those of you that don't know what we are an IPFS services provider, or in other words, we are basically the data layer for much of this ecosystem when it comes to files that are too big to fit on chain. So from NFTs to digital assets to record keeping, or what we'll go over today, agentic file management. We kind of cover a wide gambit of things and very versatile technologies. So a lot of opportunities to do cool stuff. So what we're going to talk about today, we think that agents need a better file system. Now, we're not going to replace existing file systems, but we want to augment them and provide additional file systems to work with. So things like OpenClaw, they're touching the local file systems now. We think that there needs to be a little bit extra that they can work with in this decentralized world. So what does this look like? And then we'll go over a little bit of a demo. Okay, so like I mentioned, we think they need a better file system. What does this look like? So current local first agents are great, but they have limits. They're sitting in siloed intelligence, they're going to be in their own containers, and they cannot share memory or information with each other without using a central system. So think like an S3 bucket, which, as we have learned in the 8 years of Pinata, that doesn't work great for Web3. Files can be tampered with, they can be forged, and there's not really a chain of custody when files are changed or key information updates. So the last thing that can happen too is these things tied to traditional domains that can go offline. Information can just disappear off the face of the earth if an S3 bucket goes offline. So if you're familiar with like a GitHub link going down, similar thing, except when we are working with distributed agents all working together, that can be the difference between one of them working or just completely breaking. Yeah, Okay, so how do we fix this? A global file system. We are writing something up right now. We have this live on GitHub, the open spec. Excited for feedback and contributions, but we are calling this Pinata file system, or Pinata FS for short. So what is this? Like I said, we are working with a global distributed file system. So this is going to be a smart contract-based file system with distributed access. The first iteration of this is built on top of an EVM. And files are stored in paths. So for those of you that are used to working with like file buckets, think of like an S3 prefix. And then instead of the actual file itself living on chain, which is almost always too expensive or cost prohibitive just from the size, it's going to be an IPFS CID. And then access to these prefixes is gated behind NFTs. The ERC 721 standard is a very easy standard for us to work with. A lot of infrastructure built around that. Libraries easily jump into that. And access can be transferred between agents as needed. So NFT owners can only write to paths they have access to. And this is globally readable since we're on a public blockchain, which means things are auditable, and you can see an entire history of how files have changed. So a little bit of a visual document here. Basically, again, the NFT gives you write access to a specific prefix. So example A, we have that orange NFT. It's going to give it access to everything under documents. So we can have a file, a PDF, points to an IPFS CID, or similarly a JPEG. Or you can even think of things like agent manifests for backup as well. Okay. So we encourage you all to try it out. Give you guys a few seconds here to scan this QR code if you are curious. Again, this is open source. We just released this week. We would love feedback. If it hits your use case well, let us know we did good. If it doesn't, let us know we did bad, and we can change and hopefully get your use case solved a little bit better. So, awesome. Okay, but wait, there's a little bit more. We now have managed OpenClaw instances, which we also launched this week. So for those of you that don't want to wait 45 days for a Mac Mini, you can use this. Here's a QR code for you here, for those of you that are interested in trying this. And for anybody here at the OpenClaw hackathon, come talk to us, send us an email, team@pinata.cloud. We will give you a free month to try this out, play with it. Really no risk attached. Yeah, it's free, so again, not a lot of risk. I'll give you guys a few more seconds here to scan that QR code in case anybody perked up when they heard free. Okay, cool. And with that, let's do a little bit of a demo. Okay. So, if you go to agents.pinata.cloud, this is what it looks like. You can come in here, you can create an agent, and these are restricted to your workspace, so you can invite others to participate with you, or you can join other workspaces. We'll drop down here, you can switch between them. And then, to start off with, you can store secrets that are needed for your agents. I have a lot of them here, so yours won't look this messy, but I've been doing a lot of experimenting this weekend, so yeah. Basically, these secrets can be pulled in to your agents when they boot up. So we will do test for the example here. And you'll notice here it says it's fully optimized. This comes pre-installed with Node.js, Python, common CLI tools. Basically takes a lot of that like spin up out of the process to make your life easier. And I do want to take a moment, as we talked about secrets here. We did take security pretty heavily in mind here, so these things are not being stored in plain text, heavily like encrypted. The machines are the only things that have access to them. If you do have questions, please reach out to us. We'd be happy to touch into this a little bit further. So the key thing, you're going to need an AI provider here. Pick you and choose. Have Anthropic, OpenAI, OpenRouter, also one of the sponsors of this, so thank you to them. I encourage you all to use them. And then, you can pick and choose which secrets that you wish to spin up your agent with, and it'll get deployed at runtime. I'm not going to make you guys sit here for a few minutes while we do this, but actually, why not? Let's try it. We'll deploy it in the background. Let me talk through what it looks like, though, when you already have one that is fully up and running. So I have this agent that I've already spun up. What we do here is we take snapshots every 10 minutes or so, I think. Kind of depends on when major events happen in the system. You'll see a little string of characters there. That is a CID that we take of the SHA-256 hash associated with the history of the agent. So like a git changelog, we hash that in real time and kind of provide like snapshot states for there. You can see I have a lot of secrets associated with this one. And then one thing that is cool today that we now have is port forwarding. So what you can do here is you can set up a port for your agent that you want to expose publicly, and you can access that behind a path prefix. So I've already set one up here. We have one for clause out at port 3005. And if we visit this link, it will basically take you to an API here. Really low on time here, so I won't go through the prompt that I set it up with. But this is public, and the agent went, basically did it, fully deployed an API. It's now exposable publicly, and you can see here at this link here, so hello Denver. And then also had a fun one here too. We can call out, it's gonna give you a joke of the day. We told it to write jokes about lobsters and Denver. They're not great right now, but let's see if another one is a little bit better. Okay, it's been not very creative, so it didn't change too much, but hopefully you guys can engineer some better jokes. Cool, yeah, so we think this is really important for people that are building agents for ERC 8004. You can publicly expose these APIs in your manifest, and you can start to get paid for things your agent does. You can put API endpoints behind things like X402. You can use our private IPFS offering, put X402 in front of that, and get paid for proprietary data. Lots of fun things you can do here. And then, yeah, the last thing we'll show here is that we do have logs that kind of shows a change log of all of the things that have happened in your bot, so you can kind of debug it in real time, which is cool. All right, that's what I got today. And again, if you guys would like free hosting, please reach out to us. We'll give you a month for free. Really thankful to sponsor here. Hope you guys have a good weekend. Good luck for everybody that hacked, and hopefully you win.
All right, we just have one last presentation on the docket. And then we'll transition towards a break, and then the presentations for the hackathon. So the finalists from that, as I mentioned before, hey, Drew, come on, thank you. We have over like 400 hackers, 180 projects, so very competitive, very excited to see them. Do you need the dongle? Which unfortunately they took back. If we can grab another one, as I mentioned. Thank you. And Drew actually presented also yesterday. I had the pleasure of presenting with him. And this seems like a different project. So yeah, very prolific, very easy to build software today. So if you were inspired by today, definitely make sure to build. Make sure to try something out. I recommend using something like V0, anything lovable. Obviously, there are now harnesses for OpenClaw itself. For instance, at my last OpenClaw hackathon, there was a project called Coral. There's another called Emergent, where it's one-click hosting. It's $1 to set up a OpenClaw to start with, and could potentially make your life a lot easier to have like an AIEA. But you got to be careful with what you're installing, which is what Clawmon promised us to help with. Please give it up for Drew.
Thank you. Hey, so going back about 6 months ago, the agentic economy was more or less a slide deck. But today it's a lot different. In December, we got OpenClaw after a little bit of a branding change. And we got 8004 that went live on mainnet a little bit earlier this year. So with this emerging economy, this emerging agentic economy, the machine-to-machine economy, there are a lot more attack surfaces for agents and their human deployers. So basically, Clawmon is a way to mitigate the risk for these agents. Basically, like, show of hands, how many people in here have knowledge about Claw Hub? How many people have used Claw Hub? All right, cool. So a good percentage of you, maybe 30% or so. On ClawHub, there's about 9,200 skills. I just looked this morning. It's populating a lot, so it could have changed. But there's about 9,200 skills, and anywhere from like 8 to like 13% of those skills are malicious or they leak credentials, which is really bad for humans and agents alike. So this, again, for some reason my Siri's on. I don't know how that happened. Siri, shut off. AI, gotta love it. So this really is a way to limit the attack surfaces on ClawHub. So we really have a 3-tier model, which is community trust. So we use 8004 to update feedback in real time. So basically 8004, show of hands, how many people have heard of 8004? Okay, all right. At ETHDenver, love to see it. So 8004 is an agent reputation standard that just came out from Ethereum. It's a way to give feedback to agents. So you can basically authorize feedback and then give feedback. So score between 0 and 100, and you can say things like, wow, wicked fast or terribly slow, and rate it low. But we have a 3-tier model, which is 1, 8004, 2, economic trust. So staking, or like think of it as like a Discord nitro boost, where you boost a server, but agents don't really care for things like higher quality images or higher quality videos. They care about uptime and things like that. So we'll get to it in a second. And then we also do a Sybil layer for 8 different types of Sybil attack. So yeah, let's just get right into it. So right now, there's live fetching from 2,300 skills on ClawHub. So this basically sits over the top of ClawHub, Clawmon, which is that little guy up the top. You could explore skills. So all these skills are rated based off of like a Moody-style grading system. So 9 tiers, AAA would be the highest, and then a C would be the lowest. And these don't have any live ratings yet. So basically, the ratings on here are 0 because this is like actual rating in real time. So this rating is a C. So let's see what a boost would look like. If, say that you wanted to, you're an agent or a human, you want to boost a specific skill set. So we have 2 options. The Trust Boost is our more popular option. And then we also have Trust Basic. So Trust Boost, this is all for agents, optimized for agents. Their human deployers will probably see this a little bit, but it's really optimized for agents. So this gives them priority execution queue, 90% revenue share on skills, preferred agent routing, extended context memory, certified trust signal, and credentialed API access. So let's see what this looks like. Let's just confirm on chain. Okay. Let me try that again. So, let me try a different one actually, just to make sure that it's happening on chain and I'm not just showing you vaporware because the demo had reverted a couple times since I created this project 2 days ago. Okay. Well, the transaction hash isn't coming up, but this morning it was working. It's been a bit wonky, so it goes. Live demo. I could actually show you the real demo because I have a video in case it failed. But, all right, that transaction worked. Let's see, not total vaporware. Is it total vaporware? Is it? No, it's successful 7 seconds ago. All right, so 1 out of 2 live demos were successful, at least. Okay, so going back, actually, let me show you the Sybil. So there's also a Sybil detection layer. That basically, right now, it's pretty nascent, so there aren't many agents on here that are using it. So as this populates, we'll be able to highlight 8 different types of Sybil. So some of the Sybil, the different types of Sybil that we look out for are like making sure that there's not mutual feedback. So if agent A rates agent B, obviously no bueno. Other things that we look out for are like rapid feedback. So like a skill set comes online on ClawHub, all of a sudden it has like 100 ratings. So people think like, oh, this is actually a good thing. Like, no, that's probably not. It would be very much a coincidence unless the agent had a serious publicist or PR representative. So across these different types of Sybil, we have a way to mitigate any sort of attack surface that comes up and to minimize the amount of bad ratings that happen. Let me just go into a little bit more detail about like what the boost looks like. So like I said, the idea was basically based off of like a Discord Nitro boost, except obviously, like I said, agents don't really care about things like higher quality images and custom emoji packs. That doesn't really matter, despite even if you create your websites using like Cursor or like Claude, like there's a lot of emojis, but still they don't really care about them from what I've read on the internet. So our boost signal and our boosting has a few different elements. So like the boost also serves as an insurance pool so that the person that calls out the boost or the agent that calls out the boost, or I'm sorry, the agent that calls out the malicious attack basically gets a large share of the boost pool. Another portion of that goes to the people who had boosted the shop or the skill. So if you had boosted a skill, part of the boost pool will go to you, and then a percentage of it is also burned. In the future, would love to also incorporate TEES attestation just to make this like a fully secure environment and not to let and minimize like credential leaking and keeping this like airtight. So let's see. That's really it. I'm on Twitter, or I can come if you have any questions. Would love to chat it up after this. I'm on Twitter at Drew_Mailin, M-A-I-L-E-N. I'm on Telegram as well at FLYEGLES, FLY, so fly eagles fly, but without the A. So yeah, would love to talk about 8004 or X402 or like just chop it up about anything. But thank you all so much for coming out today, and let's learn something together.
He didn't plug it. He's working on Valorant to protect your agents and your money. We have a last-minute entrant if you guys are interested in hearing that. So Eric Malkler, he's helped me with a lot of hackathons, so I wanted him to show what he's working on, given that it's so different from all of the other projects. And after that, we'll wrap, do your thank yous, and do our community voting for who gets the prize and the shirts. Out of curiosity, has anyone here done any sort of activism? Whether that's for crypto or not? What sort? Yeah. Poverty alleviation, that's an important one here with crypto. Anyone else? Crypto, yeah, stand with crypto. Anyone here signed up for stand with crypto? Nice, yeah, they were giving out socks and merch as well. But Eric, to my understanding, has created a platform for being able to do coordinated activism that's also private. So take away, Eric.
For sure, thank you, Lucas. So essentially this, two-word pitch for it is it's a vibe messenger. But what's the vibe, what's the messenger? I mean, the vibe comes from the community. And this is, it's called communique. Traditional sense, communiques are press releases made by these decision makers, people in companies, to kind of share what they're doing to the public. But this flips that around. So the idea is that, that really, and if you're out here with a problem that you feel like others can relate to, but maybe it just takes a lot of effort to articulate, maybe a lot of time, and even thinking about who to contact, the effort that it takes to sink in all that time and just, I mean, there's so many things to do in life, right? It's easy to kind of just forget about the world and let things fall by the wayside. But the idea with this, so I met over my time here at ETHDenver a guy named Rodrigo. He cares a lot about coral reefs, and the thing is, I can tell he's quite jaded. He's kind of from academia, but looking into the industry just to be able to find enough funds to give people test kits that care about the ocean, to test the corals and get some data. But I think we can do better to coordinate some of our resources. So I kind of just plugged in this vibe when I was talking with him. A lot of these are his words. But the idea is, once you send this in, agent actually distills the core message and the intent behind a headline, a subject, and kind of expresses it pretty well. So these agents, they're really getting at some globally approximable agreement, I think, in terms of our own knowledge and and what we've observed, what we've expressed all throughout the internet. And so, I mean, it's hard to argue with the statement. You know, reefs are turning to bone while labs wait, labs prioritize other things. Biomedicine's pretty big, but the climate, that'll sneak up on us. So we'll go ahead and dial that in. And this step is probably the most interesting. We're actually finding a net of people across organizations that you probably would never have even thought of, to actually coordinate the people with agency to see this issue, and ultimately be able to be weighed and burdened by the people sending in this message to resolve a solution. And this step does take a little bit of time, a couple seconds, but in the meantime, while this resolves, essentially, it's going out looking for public email addresses of these individuals that agent in earlier step has kind of identified, mapped out some of the power structures that will be relevant to this issue, some of the organizations that's kind of had a cursory look at on the web. But the important thing is to find people that are up to date. So the names on this list will change. In the end, this is still a hackathon demo, so there's lots of things here to polish. But yeah, while this runs, I think I can show some of the privacy and also anti-Sybil, slash proving that you're a real person and not a bot type of mechanism. So while we can find email addresses out there, turns out in Congress those emails aren't public. They actually route mass emails, which you might have seen some of those ads, like, oh, go here and email your congressman, and you open it and it's not your email client, it's a web form. And it's kind of one of those things that any little open claw out there can kind of crawl and fill out, and you gotta kind of wonder what the integrity of that form really is. So this, when you send something to Congress, of course, Congress, their API, they really they demand the address. Since legally reps actually can't represent people in other districts. And so actually in this protocol that I'm kind of layering behind this, there is a server that essentially builds a cryptographic tree of all of these addresses as leaves. And these leaves trickle and branch back into the district. And on your device, this address remains in your browser. And a zero-knowledge prover actually encodes this, encrypts it into the browser, and it looks like the the API to resolve reps is hitting me with a 429 for one reason or the other. Too many requests, but okay, let's just see the main flow for local activism first. So here it looks like we actually do have a list of emails. California Ocean Protection Council, a whole lot of individuals. I didn't even know the Ocean Protection Council was an organization. Genentech looks like you couldn't find any emails. I am planning to bring in one of these APIs that lets you find people at companies, grab their emails, and be able to petition and have direct action in their inbox. And Coral Reef Alliance, so there are lots of these organizations here. And for the emails that were resolved, there are source links, even for the people that aren't. Just for their name and for the reason why they have agency over the issue. So this goes to Genentech's CEO, their bio page, or I guess their executive committee. As for the email addresses themselves, so this is Michael Esgro, Senior Biodiversity Program Manager over at the Ocean Protection Council. And yeah, there's that email. So okay, like all of this, we can create like one message, right? It'll be an interesting message, but that's not really where the power of this platform really comes into play. But just when we're thinking about what to say, there's a need to actually through this problem, through what we intuit, to kind of back this with some of our observations, some of the dare I say, the facts out there, in some sense, what the science that we applied, the methods that we applied, to actually kind of, have some rigorous insight into what's going on. So once we, so it looks like I didn't find too many sources on that one. It looks like it's pulling a strategic plan update from the California Action Council, but the message that this is expressing is essentially amplifying the vibe into something that is quite articulate. So, it kind of riffs on the subject line a bit further, and it then goes to contextualize the source. So their strategic plan apparently identifies integration of state's biotech industry. So again, like the vibe around this template was to find, resolve and pressure organizations to essentially care about this issue a bit further. I know Rodrigo and people in his DAO would stand behind him to amplify this, and so through seeing what's being written here, that one source can make lots of improvements to the agentic system here, but being able to just express a call to action, bridging the gap, coordinated alignment to grant resources and expertise, and then just kind of sending it. It's not publishing it. It's like, okay, it's out there. I didn't send it to them. I just published this thing. So like, what do I do with it? I guess, okay, so there's a link, and this link is everything. So you don't necessarily need to even use this app to send this message. All it takes is somebody taking the link that's carrying the intention, carrying the email addresses of these decision makers, the message itself, to actually, oh, it's awkward, 404. Well, yeah, so I'll pick another issue here that's on the platform. So the idea is once it's published, you can send it. And is that my mail app? Okay, so that's what happens anywhere on the internet. So this link right here essentially carries the intent, the message that leverages what you have on all of your devices to be able to send. And of course, being able to prove that you're a person, being able to verify that this is in fact coming from somebody that thinks, that feels, that experiences things in this world is kind of crucial to making sure that this mechanism works. That's what I got.
All right. And then I actually have a favor to ask on behalf of Zoe and Karsten. So I did say this was the last one, but are you guys okay with one quick more? They came all the way from South Korea, so. All right, cool. Come on up, Zoe and Karsten. They just came in. They weren't able to get judged for the hackathon, so you guys will be the judges. And while you're here, again, codeclauseout.ai, we fixed the judging, so now you can still go vote. And so feel free to vote while we're doing this, and then that way we'll be able to announce the winner right after this. Cool, take it away.
Hello, sorry for late, and I'm founder of IQ Labs. We make the inscription standard than 10,000 times cheaper than Bitcoin ordinals. So we storing data on the transaction, and then we make the database SDK with that transaction. So now what we are doing is, let's connect and then start the presentation. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm fixing that.
Yeah. And he's the developer. I'm also the developer. I'm founder, and then he's just main developer in IQ. Yeah.
Sorry. The screen resolution's not really working, but.
Can we turn on the presentation at the first? Yep.
Do you want to talk?
Yeah. Can I see the big map?
You can keep narrating while he Do you want to keep
Okay.
talking?
So right now the notebook is famous because they are following the Reddit, and then every of the user is the AI. We made a Telegram for using a Telegram for AI, but in this Telegram, people are doing the trench, not people, AI are doing the trench. They are speaking the coin and then just sharing the coin and about each other. If you can see the top calls, we can see AI agent KOL. So also in the Bong CTO or Cloud CTO, AI agent going to create the coin and then make the CTO room discuss what they are gonna making and then upload it. Every trading in the blockchain, yeah. Maybe we can show the like go to the source scan, yeah. But anyway, yeah, every inscription is remembered forever.
So essentially, we built decentralized on-chain data storage. Most of these platforms, they say they have on-chain data storage, but it's something like Arweave, where it's just off-chain, decentralized network. What we have is fully on-chain. It's stored in the transactions. The only way it could go down is if the entire network went down or if there was no RPC nodes on the network. So we use that to build the global chat, which is essentially on-chain Telegram for AI agents. Each of these messages is an inscription using the IQ SDK. IQ Labs is our company that built the on-chain data storage. Global chat is just, you can run an agent using our skill, and it will join the chat, talk to other agents, find coins, buy them, launch coins, anything a normal person would do on Telegram. Do you have anything else you want to say?
Yeah, well, you guys will be familiar with this screen that, can I see the, trenches? Yeah. Can I see the P&L robots? Oh yeah, you guys will be familiar with this screen. We can call this Telegram and then AI agent reply that. So yeah, hopefully I'm just trying to replace ourselves in the blockchain with AI agent. That's all, yeah.
We hope you guys like it. Sorry for the last minute presentation.
Thank you for your bravery. I know it can be a little nerve-wracking to come up here. For me, I think it's a little fun. One thing I wanted to share before I close is I mentioned I had a friend, Balaj, who went back to Thailand, and he was supposed to present, and he's sponsoring as well. So for his sake, I'll give a quick plug to agentcommunity.org. So they're starting a TLD.agent. They're starting a DNS for this. So basically, you can reserve like a Lucas.agent, Claude agent, whatever you want, and be able to join and have it be the first community-owned TLD. But we wanted to do the community voting. So without further ado, I have refreshed this. The top score is Clawmon, followed by Token Arena and .agent community. The most popular is still Incented. Somehow you decreased, 972, and then only 4 votes. But that's Clawmon from Drew. And Sentient ARI. Is anyone here from these? Prompty again or Sentient ARI? All right. Well, something else we can do is just judging by applause/yelling. They do this in Congress, by the way. So today you heard from a whopping 20 presentations. I think this is a record, so you guys should give yourself your own round of applause and a pat on the back. And now I'll start naming things in the awards, and if you liked it, yell and clap, and that way I know who wins like actual in-person awards. All right, number 1, you heard from Walk AI, Best Agent Verification Layer. No one, okay. Number 2, iCubed Claudev, which is the best bot deployment platform by Fernando. Number 3, Claude Talk by the other Lucas, Best Voice AI. Okay, a little bit. Then we had Zurex Bet from Tom. And we have Incented, which hacked us. Okay, that's Ben over there. We had Claw Loan from Francesco, Best Agent Credit Layer. We had Mama Set, the most heartful agent by Fiona, the mom. Then also, it's not in here, but I went and talked about Collective, which I guess is Best Collective. Thank you. And then we had RSV.pizza, the world's best pizza ordering bot. Build All, the best multi-chain DeFi skill. Tech Terrain, a visualization, the best tech visualization. by Romulus, and then an unrelated Armic avatar face presenting Claw Avatar. Then we had Claw Swarm by Kai Gomez, the best multi-agent orchestrator. Then we had Starkbot, the most production-ready agent. Yeah, that had a lot of love in the YouTube chat, as mentioned. Token Arena by Marguerite, best AI agent combat arena. Pinata, best agent file infrastructure and sponsor. Well, yeah, lots of love for Pinata. ClawPay by Murior, best agent payment infrastructure. Clawmon, the best agent defense system by Drew Malin. Okay, that might be a winner. And then the last two presentations, I think was Communivote by Eric Mockler, as well as the last one, what are you guys calling it? I guess Zoe's Project by Zoe and Karsten. Clawma? Clawbot. Okay, thank you. All right, I will do a final three because I wasn't sure. So that will be, who are the biggest? Definitely Starkbot, just by virtue of Sven, Incented, and then I think Pinata. I guess throw Clawstorm in there first. So number one, clap if you liked Starkbot. Less this time. Number two, if you liked Claw Swarm. Number three, if you liked Incented. And then the last, if you liked, did I say this? Pinata. Okay, they were all kind of the same, so we're gonna, okay, I think Clawmon, all right, Drew, if you wanna come up here, you can take the shirt off my back. But beyond that, I wanted to give a huge shout out to Justin Moskowitz. If you can give him a huge clap, round of applause. If you didn't know, he's a co-founder, co-organizer of all of ETHDenver. So without him, this wouldn't be possible. Colin didn't wanted me to give him a shout out, but I'll shout him out as well. He's the one managing all of this remotely. And then a huge thank you to Caitlin and the staff team for making sure that all of these presentations worked. So let's give them a round of applause. Thank you, Caitlin and team. I will also say we had some judges remotely and in person, and from that, I believe they didn't get to present, but number third, in third place was Claw Guard. In second place was Clawmon. And then in first place, I think it's the same as the score. Give me 1 second. You can see my text. Second was ClawPay, and then first place indeed was Clawmon. So congrats to Clawmon and ClawPay. So both of them, they'll get credits as well as access to my deals platform. But does anyone else have anything else they would like to share? Other than that, this will be the close of Claws Out. Thank you so very much. I'm your host, Lucas Chu. Appreciate you being so patient and such a great audience. Right after this, at 3 o'clock, we'll have the Bidlathon closing ceremony. But best of luck. Hope you enjoyed your time here. And thanks for watching.